was trying to do like a TIE fighter pew, but I really realized like probably not going to translate very well.
I thought it worked.
That was like the little scream as it goes by.
I was about to say that sounded more like the Ewok just yelling.
Fuck. Yeah, see, it doesn't.
It was still Star Wars though.
You get where my idea was right there.
Hey, I appreciate the backup, buddy.
Yeah. What's happening, guys? It's Pass the Gravy episode 445. Alex, Pat, and Bobby Jokes back at it again. Happy Gravy Day to you and yours. I think we got a fun episode for everybody this week. Pat, you just got back from Vegas.
Baby.
Was that the first time you've been to Vegas?
First time.
Popping that old Vegas cherry. How was it?
It was fucking awesome, man. It was so much fun. For the first 48 hours we were there, I was just yelling at my friends our motto for the weekend: the house never wins. And boy, was the house losing. The last 48 hours, I realized that's not true.
Yeah, Vegas wouldn't be around still if that were the case.
I mean, I knew it was beginner's luck.
I noticed your tweet after night one of being there, and I was like, I don't think that's an accurate phrase, but I like the balls you had on being like, fuck it, dude, we're winning it this time. Never before has a group of guys gone to Vegas and been like, ha, Vegas won't know what hit it.
Yeah,
never happened before.
And trust me, when I tweeted that out, I typed it out, and deleted it. It was like, don't say that, and I was like, fuck it, and then I retyped it and sent it anyway. But it was a great fucking time. I only ended up losing like $60-$80 on gambling. The rest was all just spending money. So, not bad. Great fucking weekend though. Yeah, a lot of fun.
Where'd you stay?
The Flamingo.
It
was really cool. Oh yeah, and it's pretty central on the strip. So like anywhere that we had to walk to either end, we were basically like middle. So it wasn't bad at all.
That's nice.
Yeah. And I found out I love craps.
Trip. Yeah, I'm like craps. Every time you go to any casino, craps is where the most fun is being had. And I've never taken the time to sit down and like figure out how to play craps. And I always feel like I'm missing out because everybody there is just like, yeah, let's go. They got the guy with the stick that's moving stuff. And I'm like, I want to do this. I just don't know. That's why like I gamble on sports, because I lose my money over a 4-hour period or longer. And you're like, well, that was the whole game. And it's like, you can lose all of that money in blackjack in like 35 seconds. Be like, fuck.
Yeah. And craps, I mean, $100 can go very quickly in craps. I learned that one night.
Yeah.
But here's the weird thing. I didn't actually play like roll the dice craps. What we were playing, because like a lot of those were full or the limits were too high because we're all cheap bastards. They have like video ones now where like you're all sitting around at screens, and then in the center there's this like big what was that game? Was it Sorry that you
Jeopardy.
Like smack the middle or is it like board game Yahtzee where like the Yahtzee's built into it to where you smack the middle?
I think it's
Sorry. Yeah. So like there's a middle one and you just press the button and the dice pop up in the middle and everybody can see them. We were playing that, which was a lot of fun too. But I learned that like when I sat around a craps table and you actually have to physically put your money on the lines and not just tap the screen, that became scary for me because I'm like, how are they? It's
intimidating as shit, dude.
But here's what I'm worried about is like, how are they tracking the bets? What if they fuck up? Because we did go to one casino where my buddy's dad and our other friend were playing, and the guy who's watching and paying out was fucking up and like paid the wrong person like twice.
I mean, that's cool if it happens and you're the guy that got paid wrongly, but like when you're like, I just fucking won, dude. And they're like, dude, it's a green chip. I don't know. Right? I always feel like roulette freaks me the fuck out, but like roulette, like I'm okay doing that. I don't know. I'm weird about like you're what you said about the video craps, like the video versions of games are like cool, but I always am like, they're fixing this somehow, right? I don't know how, but there's got to be some sort of algorithm you can put in the computer where you're like, don't let anybody win. You know, like it's a computer. I'm going to trust that the computer is going to be better than me. Yes, I understand the house is better than me every other time too, or else the house wouldn't win all the time. But like, it isn't as intimidating to go play like video roulette. But then like, you're like, I'm not going to win because it knows what I'm betting and it's going to make sure that it doesn't pay that out. And then like when you go play regular roulette, I'm just like, just hang on. Excuse me. I'm just trying to put, and like so many people put like stuff on black and red. You're like, is that my chip? It's the same color chip. You just have to remember.
I never played roulette. All I played was craps and blackjack. But
So
also,
that's a fun way to just go and like get a vibe of how the night's about to go. I always start or finish the night with roulette because you're like, all right, tight. Maybe we lay a little low if it doesn't win, and if you do win, then you're like, cool. I can be a little bit more greedy.
My brother's gonna be mad at me because he said the first thing you always have to do is you walk in, you put 5 on red. It's like they do in Entourage anytime
red
they show
black.
up.
Yeah, that's 100%.
It's just 5 on red.
My method.
I never did it, never found one, but like I'm very convinced because the first night I was up like $180 after day one. I was like, there's definitely a Vegas algorithm that like the cameras scanned me. It's like this is his first time ever in Vegas. He's gonna be here for 4 days.
Give it taste.
We're gonna let him win for 2. We're gonna let him win for 2. I'm 100% convinced of this. And my buddy whose bachelor party was his brother was like, no, dude, like, no, that's just dumb. You're just being concerned. Like, I was like, no, I got a little bit of my brother's conspiracy theory brain. Like, this is 100% what's happening. And sure enough,
yeah, I won
the first 2 days and did not win after that.
I went to a casino in Lake Charles with my brother one time, and I remember he was playing blackjack. I was doing whatever else. I was playing something else, but he was like, dude, he was up like $300 and like just walked away. He was like, it was just time. I was like, oh, tight, dude. He's like, no, I'm just done. I'm done for the night. I'm up. And I was like, okay. And like, I had just hit something and was up a little bit, not as much as him. And I was like, but like, dude, we're up. Like, this is house money. He's like, no, we need to like walk away from it. And I was like, no, like we can turn this into more. And then I lost all mine. And he had his $300. And it was like, yes, it's that it's like that part of me I'm missing where I'm like, but I could make like, okay, so I have $200, but what if $200 was $2,000? And it's like, realistically, it's not going to be. It's possible that it could be, but very, very unlikely. And it's like, when you get that break and you get up 300, just, hey, I'm gonna take a pause, maybe go get some food.
Oh, I was good at that.
Now.
That's how I made money the first 2 days. And I was like, all right, I'm up enough. I'm just going to cash that. Like, that's a good spot right there. The problem was the next 2 days, I was never up. So I kept chasing.
You're just chasing. Yeah.
I was like, oh, that 60 went real quick. Well, let's put in 100 this time. Oh, that went even quicker. All right. It's
like you go with like smaller amounts of money. Like, okay, well, I'm only going to have 100. I'm only going to take 100 in with me. Because then if if my 100 is gone, then I won't do anymore. And then you go to the ATM and you get another 100. And then you go to the
never
ATM
went back.
And you get another 100. And it's like, fuck, I went 3 times to the ATM. And then I also paid $75 in ATM fees because they know you're at a casino and they're just going to fuck you anyways. Oh, you wanted to pull money out because it's $25. What?
Yeah,
that's a quarter of what I'm pulling out.
I got lucky there because I didn't even think about it. I never carry cash. I showed up to Vegas with $200 in cash in my wallet, not even sure how it was there. I think just randomly I've been getting cash for like 2 months and just not paying attention. And so I never used ATM while I was there. So I never had to reload like that. So it was cool. But I will say this, the best thing that came out of it from the weekend is knowing that I probably went to my last strip club ever. Not because I got taken for a bunch of money. It was only the second time I've ever been to a strip club. And let me tell you guys this, Vegas strippers are way hotter than Galveston strippers. Didn't know if you knew that. Just a little heads up on that one.
It's like they know that they make that
money
in Vegas.
But just being there, like me and like 2 of my friends that went, we all left and we're like, yeah, that was the last time, right? Like, just not a stripper guy. Just not my thing.
I mean, there's strip club guys and there's people that aren't strip club guys, and I don't have a problem with people that are strip club guys. But when you go to a strip club, you're just basically like, this is just me lighting money on fire.
Hey, can you edge me for lots of money? Cool.
Like, I could go look at this, but more stuff online for free, or I could go and sit 6 feet away from somebody and then watch one at a time while I just slowly toss you all of the money I have.
Or I could spend
and then I'll get really drunk and I think I'm being a nice guy. So then here, it's more money. And then maybe at a bachelor party, you buying people lap dances. So you're just like, okay. And it's like, lap dances are $50 or whatever it is. And then you just,
yeah,
I'm broke.
There was three of us that went in there and didn't spend $1, which is what we actually, by the end of it, we had perfected the art.
That is some skill, and they probably were pissed at you guys at a certain point.
No, but see, here's the thing, because they knew we went in as a group. Like, if you like, they just pass out cards all over Vegas. Like, hey, the limo's free. You just tip the limo driver to get there. And then it's a 2-drink minimum, which is like $40 a person that you have to spend. And you're like, cool. So basically, you're paying a $40 cover.
Or you get bottle service. If you get bottle service, they kind of write off the whole group.
Yeah, which is what our dumbass buddy
bottle
did.
service is the biggest fucking scam ever, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no.
Hey, do you want a bottle of Grey Goose that normally would cost like what, $70 maybe? Well, we're gonna charge you $250 for it, and here you get a little carafe of orange juice.
Oh, you think $250? Oh no! So
it was
here's
probably
what
more
happened.
because it was Vegas. But yeah.
Here's what happened. We let our idiot friend, the only one who's ever lost $2,000 to a stripper before. He was the first one to walk in. Mistake number one. We're all expecting to pay our $40. He's up at the front of the line first. They go, you can all pay $40, or you can get a bottle. He goes, okay, and looks and goes, yeah, I'll take a bottle of Tito's. So instead of it being $40 a person, it was a $600 bottle. It cost us all $100 a fucking person. Appreciate that, man. That was lighting money on fire.
And so like then, Tito's, it is like $30 for the handle.
So this is like the early not cool then. Instead of, if we had just showed up, I'm sure we could have just sat anywhere. Maybe even like if we had just sat around the stage, I probably would have thrown some once. But no, they bring us off to the side. It's like a couch and some chairs. But as soon as we walk in, there's, was it 6 of us, 7, whatever the fuck it was, 7 strippers just waiting. They all take one of us by the arm. And they chat to you for like 15 minutes, which I was already like,
so where you from?
I don't want this. They're just sitting in your lap. And then after 15 minutes, all of them go, let's go upstairs. And I immediately said to my stripper, sorry, I'm not here to spend any money tonight. I like, this is for my buddy. She goes, okay, and just stands up and leaves, which was good. But then like, as the rest of the night happened and like some people were gone and others weren't, they would walk up to us and we perfected the art of saying, listen, we don't want to waste your time. We're only here for our buddy's bachelor party. We're not spending any money. So like for the most part, I didn't really have to talk to any of the strippers, which was cool because I didn't want to. I mean, I barely want to talk to my friends. So
yeah, I like them and I don't want to be here with them. I don't want to I don't want to talk to you either.
But then at the end of the night, we just kind of looked at each other. I was like, yeah, I think that's the last time I'm ever going to a strip club. I'm sure at some point I'll be at another bachelor party and they'll want to go and I'll go. But like, you better believe next time I'm going to be the first one in line going, oh yeah, no bottle service. No, here's my $40. I'm going to sit here for an hour and then force everyone to leave.
How people justify like, I don't know, if you're not a rapper or a billionaire, like just a $600 bottle of Tito's, it's marked up 4,000%. Like, I don't understand that at all.
With a sparkler. Was it on here last week that I was talking about people that like bottle service are assholes, or was that just in my personal life? Like, oh, they see the sparkler and they get all excited because they're fucking douchebags. And then of course the stripper walks out with a bottle and a sparkler. And I was like, God fucking damn it. I was like, I hate this so much.
At a bachelor party and we got the bottle service thing. And then they brought the carafes of, I think it was like cranberry juice and orange
and tonic.
Juice.
We didn't even get orange. It was cranberry and tonic. That's all.
I don't remember all of it. I remember we ran out of one. I was like, hey, can we get some more of that? They were trying. They gave me like a price for what it was. I was like, no. This is with like the $400, $500 we just spent on bottle service. I feel like the orange juice should be refillable. I don't feel like we should have to pay for a refill on that. Like, come on. Well, the orange juice is $75 if you want another carafe. Like they didn't tell me exactly $75, but I don't remember how much it was. I'm not going to pay for more of this. I'll just take shots now.
Yeah. So
I'm going to take shots and become a problem is what I'm about to do.
That was really the only part of the trip I didn't enjoy. Everything else was cool.
That's but cool. Patty Vegas, I'm just
not a stripper guy. And then we got the great meme of me as Alan, which of course was fucking great.
Yeah.
From the Hangover
Adrian. Adrian for putting that one together. Like the second I saw like his Pat's buddy posted a picture of him across from the table, and I was like, somebody please do the Hangover meme with Alan, and somebody like Adrian.
Oh, and I was winning money at that point too.
Yeah, that was a pretty great picture. But
yeah,
we posted that on our Instagram at PTG if you want to go check that out. So yeah, Pat, clean out of Vegas. What happens in Vegas is supposed to stay there. We just told you guys all of that stuff. So
I mean, I didn't really tell.
He left out the hookers and blow. You know what I'm saying, guys?
No, on the way back, the limo driver did threaten to pull over though because my buddy farted and it smelled so bad.
He was like, he's gonna pull over and make you guys get out, or he's gonna whip your ass like a mom.
No,
like, I will whip your ass.
She did tell him after we got back that he's not welcome in Vegas anymore because her limo stunk.
Like, yeah, lady, you're not gonna remember me. So
it was very funny though. She was, I mean, playful with it, but also this guy is notoriously stinky farts.
That happens. It tends to happen with farts.
But there you go.
That was a great way to start the pod. We can consider that part of the Precome segment where we just we asked some questions, throw out some ideas. Did you have anything else you wanted to share with the group in the Precome segment?
I've got a couple. So this one just popped in my head today. How many marshmallows do you think you could eat in one sitting? I don't know why that popped.
We talking big puff marshmallows or
just not the small ones, not the megas, but just regular size marshmallow. It's what, about the size of a golf ball?
Yeah, I mean, because you got to think that those things expand.
Yeah,
in your stomach. Robert, how many do you think?
Not very many. I don't like marshmallows at all. So
you wouldn't like marshmallows, would you?
5. I'm gonna go with 5. How about that?
I was gonna say there's also the problem of are you gonna get too full, or are you just gonna get utterly sick of marshmallows first?
Probably that one.
I think you get full.
All that sugar.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of sugar. Like at answering this question at like 16 to 22 is different than answering it at 31. Because at 31, at some point I'm going to tap out because I'm like, I don't want to eat any more marshmallows. This is too much sugar.
Yeah, I think I could probably do like 10 to 15 max.
I was going to say 20 if I was 20, pushing myself.
I could see myself doing 20. I was trying to be more conservative with that, but I'm going to say 10 to 15. I could just about guarantee I could put those away. I wouldn't love it maybe, but I could probably put that away.
At your age?
I don't really take great care of myself. So.
Right.
I think I can make it through that. My body eats gets used to crawfish on the reg like this. So like after 106 weeks of crawfish, it's just like I could probably do anything, honestly. Like what else? What else are you gonna do? You can drink oil?
That's very true.
Who knows? Yeah.
The next one I had is what are your top 3 Nickelodeon shows that you think would still hold up today? Like I'm thinking Rugrats definitely still going to hold up. Rugrats was the shit. That one's still
would Rugrats hold up?
Oh yeah, definitely. Fuck, they revived it. It's not in the same animated style.
Rocko's Modern Life, because you could watch that high.
But
Modern Life would be tight.
Would that hold up as a children's show though? Now, like parents now are fucking pussies. Like that was Rocco worked at a sex workers line, like at a phone sex company.
He did,
and our parents were just like whatever. But like I'm thinking Cat Dog would hold up.
Cat Dog had some weird stuff though, but I think Cat Dog would play though.
Angry Beavers.
But like all that stuff was like sexual innuendos, though. A lot of it was sexual innuendos, I feel like.
But they were
like, Nickelodeon was like, what if we just made everything sort of about sex, but then also made it like children friendly?
Oh yeah, and you got to remember there was way less channels back then. But I think those were because they were legit good shows.
Nickelodeon, wasn't it?
I believe Ren and Stimpy was. Yeah,
that was a weird show that probably should not have been for kids. But like,
I always think back to Angry Beavers when they're like they start a rock band and then he goes, "We're bigger than sliced bread," and it caused a big outrage. And it was a throwback to the Beatles saying, "We're bigger than Jesus Christ," and there was a giant outrage of it.
Yeah,
I was like, see, that's thrown in for the parents. That's smart comedy.
I think Doug would probably hold up if you think about it. Doug would play because Doug was like super interracial, so that plays. I mean, his best friend's a blue guy
named Skeeter.
Guy. Patty Mayonnaise was like tan, I think. I don't know.
Something like that.
BB was purple.
And then his bully Roger was a green guy.
Roger
he was
Klotz.
A dick. So,
Judy,
you know what? Yeah,
was it Judith? Judith was weird. I didn't like Judith. She always sang like poems and stuff. I think Doug would play today.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my 3 as Rugrats.
Pete would play.
Rugrats
would definitely play.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Rugrats, Doug, and Angry Beavers over Cat Dog. But here's the thing. I think Cat Dog would be more popular with a younger crowd, but like the kids that are starting to get a little bit older would still like Doug.
Yeah, Doug was cool. I was a big Doug guy.
Quail Man was my dude.
Quail man.
That's Repairman, man.
Fuck, you're right. All that would still hold up because it still is a show, so that holds up.
All that is still a show?
Yeah, they brought it back. Kel is running it.
Oh, that's right.
Kel Mitchell.
The last one, I think I know what both of y'all's answer is going to be. Would you punch your grandma in the face to fuck the girl of your dreams?
No.
I think I might.
I know you would.
And here's the thing, too. This is where it gets weird. Both my grandmothers are dead, so I'm just punching a corpse at this point.
I guess,
but is that worse?
Easier.
Is that worse that I'm punching my grandmother's dead body?
They can't feel it.
And it's not like I got to give her a quick little jab. I'm not fucking absolutely blasting
you would
my
have
grandmother in the face.
Not to get too personal. Are they buried or were they cremated?
Buried. Yeah. So that's. I mean, there's a lot of physical.
You have to dig them up. Then you have to get a shovel. You have to dig them up. You have to open a casket. You have to punch their corpse.
Sorry, Grandma, but I think you'd be rooting for me on this one. Pop.
I feel like she'd be just disappointed with you.
Actually, I think both of them would be like fucking at least date her and try and give me a goddamn grandchild. That's probably what both of them would be concerned with.
I bet like you'd have to like woo the girl too. This is just to have sex with the girl, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, come on, she's sticking around after that.
Because I mean, Robert would obviously, the girl of his dreams is Sam, the girl of my dreams is Emma, and we've already accomplished that. So we don't need to punch our grandmothers.
Yeah, but what if they would never?
We've achieved the unthinkable.
Yeah, but what if they would never have sex with you again unless you punched your grandma now? Now
I'm engaged, buddy.
Touche. All right, so you guys are both good people, and I'm a terrible person.
But it would be funny, like it is very specific. Like you have to dig it up. You have to dig them up.
Or I mean, either that, or we're playing the game where my grandmother's still alive. I'm like, sorry, Grandma, but like, come on, look at her, pop.
But you have to like full force as hard as you can.
No. I'm gonna give Grandma a jab to the face. And my jab is still gonna be pretty good. I would kill either one of my grandmothers if they were still alive at this point, and I punched them really hard.
Well, I mean, that's the game, right?
I'm bending the question to my will.
Okay, sure. And then if they were cremated, my answer is going to be you have to go to wherever their ashes were spread, if they were spread, and punch the ground in all of the places.
Punch the closest person.
The closest. Well, my grandmother wanted to be her ashes spread in all of the seas, in every sea. So you have to go to each coastline and punch whoever's closest to the coast.
I could do that. No problem.
I'd like my ashes to be thrown at a Giants game. Like just drop them on the field a little bit.
I've always said like it'd be really cool if they dropped a little bit of me in all of my favorite stadiums.
All your
like those, some in Lambeau, some in Fenway, some in Minute Maid, a little bit right in front of Touchdown Jesus at Notre Dame Stadium. I think that'd be cool.
That'd be tight.
But also that seems like a lot of work, and I'm pretty sure in my will it's just going to say least expensive way to get rid of my body. That's all I care about.
Viking funeral, though. That's why I want to do that.
That seems expensive. You got to get a boat.
But it also, like, you get an old boat. It doesn't be a nice boat. Just throw me in a boat. Like, who's got an old boat that they want to get rid of? Oh, I do. Well, it's kind of got a hole in it. Doesn't fucking matter. Light it on fire. Like, plug that bad boy up. Send me out.
My will is going to say least expensive way or whatever the fuck you want. Like, you want to cremate me, go for it. But if it's
like a Viking funeral would be lit, though.
If it's legal to leave me in a fucking ditch for $0, fucking go for it. I don't care. I'm dead.
Leave him in a ditch. Do the car thing. They're like, where they just squish the car, just box me. Put me up in a box. I don't think that's how humans work.
For the final Jackass movie, just like actually shoot my dead body out of the human cannon. Splatter me against the wall.
You just get launched into space, right? Like,
that seems expensive.
What if it's like, yo, Elon, next time you send a SpaceX up there, just like attach me. I'm just like, I'll be gone, you know?
Just push me in the swamp.
I'll be
Fuck
yeah,
it.
just feed me to a gator.
I'm dead. I don't give a shit.
Pat wants to go the way of Brian Laundrie. Which I don't think is how he went, but I think he did he got like munched on by some wildlife, I believe.
Yeah, he drowned, I think.
No, I think he took a bullet to the dome. I think he took a bullet to the dome and then was just there, and then some wildlife. Allegedly, I don't know.
Once I found out he was dead, I checked out.
This is getting dark. This is getting dark.
It's been dark for about like 6 minutes, man.
Yeah. Well, I have some ideas I can start off with.
Fucking run it by me.
Stuff I brought. Okay. I think these are good ideas. Now, Manuary has come and gone. R.I.P. Manuary. See you next year. February, just to not nip it in the bud. Look, we're guys. We understand that other people need their months. All right. We needed Manuary more than anyone. And to those of you that didn't respect Manuary, fuck you, first off and foremost. But we don't there's been some talk of, do we have February? Do we have anything like that? No, I don't think so. We don't need that. This is Black History Month. It's not our month. And then I also heard today that it's National Window Replacement Month, also from some ad that I watched, which I was like, I'm pretty sure I made that up. It's like Toyota-thon. It's like Truck Month, which it's always Truck Month.
Like My Pillow being the official pillow of the Sleep Association, wherever the fuck that was. Yeah, you made that up.
Sleep Awareness Month. But yeah, Manuary is come and gone. So I tried to come up with like an idea for the ladies. I'll start us off outside of Manuary with an idea for the ladies. I feel like you always hear women complaining about walking in heels. Like, oh my God, I have to take these shoes off because like these heels hurt. What if we just had heels that like they're retractable heels, or you can just pop the little thing off?
I think retractable is better because if you can pop it off, girls are going to pop it off when they're drunk and their feet are hurting and they're going to lose it. I'm thinking like Bobby Boucher's water cup. You know what I'm talking about? How that thing like flips out,
or like a telescope in an old, or like a telescope in an old movie where they're like, "What's that over there?"
It's same technology.
It's got like a lock on it. Maybe you gotta twist it and it twists up.
Yeah, it
twists. Wouldn't that make sense? You're like, "Oh, my feet hurt." I went to the ball. I went to the gala. My feet hurt, and you're just like, twist. Now they're just regular shoes.
I think part of it that hurts though is that they're just not necessarily comfortable shoes to begin with.
But we give them some insole. We get some Dr. Scholl's, put them in that bad boy, and then you can retract the sole or the heel. I think we just fixed women's fashion.
Also,
don't want to mansplain fashion to women, but there you go.
Here's another one, guys, because guys' pants, we tend to have, well, not tend to, we have bigger pockets than women's pants. Theirs are basically just for show. They can't hold anything. Next time you go out with your lady and she's wearing heels, grab a pair of her like slides or whatever, or not slides, but like just small shoes that she has. Throw those bastards in your pocket. So at the end of the night when she goes, my feet hurt, big babe, I got your regular shoes right here.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have to do that if you had retractable heels for her.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The shoe might still be like just little something like that. Something like that she'll be like, babe. And you're like, babe. Maybe now that your feet don't hurt when we get home, blow me.
Yeah.
Babe, I saved your feet. Like the least you can do is take care of me.
You know what I'm saying, babe. Come on. I helped
you out. Turn it into a positive for yourself, guys.
Yes, your girl get it.
Yeah. Pocket shoes.
Also,
it's a great idea.
Building on that, yeah. What if, like sometimes outside of the bars, like you have like the tamale guy or tamale lady. I know in Huntsville, it was like the hot dog guy. Just sell like really cheap shoes, like flat shoes for ladies.
Like $5 like sandals that they can just put on at the end of the night.
They're made with like basically paper. If we really
I don't think those are going to work.
Well, they work because they're not heels. And so then it's like, yeah, these aren't going to be good tomorrow.
Or like instead of a shoe shine,
it's just those booties, those doctor booties. So like they can just put them over their feet.
Yeah, no, put like a foot massage like stand right outside. That's basically a shoe shine. But like chicks come out of the club and they're like their feet hurt from dancing. You're like, I got you right here.
Shoe shine
5 minutes,
going in,
$20.
foot massage going out.
Yeah.
2 birds, 1 stone. Nailed it.
Yeah.
So that's a money-making idea right there.
Perfect.
My other idea, and I think this is really an idea that is going to take off, is Pringles cans with the little twisty thing like you have on the bottom deodorant. Because there's like, how many times you have to get your hand stuck trying to get those Pringles, where you got to slide it out, then all of them come out, the crumbs all get everywhere. If you could just go and the chips come up to you like that, I think that's $1 billion idea right there.
You're a genius. I'll say.
Right?
You're a genius. Because, like, the only way I can ever get them out, I'm big, I'm fat. My hands can't get in that can. You got to slide them out of there into your mouth. And there's no way to not look like a fat bastard when you're just sliding chips into your mouth, whether it's out of a bag
there's no
or
way
a
to
can.
not get crumbs everywhere because it's all like the little broken up parts. Then it's just all over your couch or whatever. Just have a thing where you can just roll it up like that. I would say push pop, but push pop, like, I feel like it would be hard to keep, like, to maintain pushing it up like that. I think with the
only, you would have to have like the straw part taped onto the side of the can. Then you can take it off and push up from the bottom as needed. And then, like,
that's why if you just had a twist thing like that, anyways, it's already built in. So
I like the twist.
You got to go to the deodorant plan. But if you could just twist the Pringles up, like, how the fuck has Pringles not contacted us?
Bro, and now what
Come
you
on.
do to market these, you have Now Let's Twist Again. You have that song playing on the commercial.
Right.
And that's going to get stuck in everybody's head. Bro, why aren't we in marketing?
Dude, we should be. We should be.
Really? That's the job I should be doing. I really should be in marketing.
We give out the best ideas every single week.
But I have ideas.
No, we could just use that "I look real cool today" commercial. We'll just use that song again because that song's been stuck in my head for like 4 days now. With a little kid riding the bike, just "I look real cool today. I look real cool today." I don't know what the commercial's for. I just know that song is tight and the kid just seems chill, feeling cool, riding a bike. So
they could have also used Queen Bicycle.
I bet Queen costs a little bit of money like that.
Probably, yeah. Probably costs a lot more.
What else did I have for us today? I don't think I had any more ideas. But I saw a video of a parrot talking the other day, and it just made me think, like, do you think the guy that first got a parrot to talk thought he was like Mr. Doolittle or Dr. Doolittle?
I was gonna say, don't disrespect him. He was
Mr. Doolittle before he finished medical school. All right.
Yeah. But he did finish, so.
But like I'm saying, at that point, like, he probably could talk to animals before he was Dr. Doolittle. Like, that was probably a gift. But like, if you had just been like if I had just been telling Wheezy, like, I'm not gonna say the words that she knows, but she knows like BALL and like words like that. OUTSIDE, like she knows words like that. If I were to say that and she was like repeating it back to me at a point in time, like, what the fuck did I just do? What have I just unlocked? Like the guy that finally got a bird to be like, hello, was like, oh my God, what did I just do here? He thought he was like a magician, right?
Well, here's the thing. He might have, if he tried to show the rest of the townsfolk, they might have burned him as a witch. He can make animals talk, kill him and the parrot.
Yeah, that's a good point. He had to be in the right era, I feel like. I don't know. That was just a weird thought. Was like, I bet the first guy that got a parrot to talk was just like,
oh, he must have been tripping the fuck out.
Dude, it was just him by himself. And like, he was like, no, you didn't. Fuck you. And then the parrot probably wouldn't talk again until the guy was just by himself. And then he's like, I swear.
But here's the thing too. Unless he had domesticated the parrot and like kept it in his home, which is unlikely for the first parrot to talk, it was probably just a parrot that lived around this guy's hut or house and heard him talking all the time and then mimicked the word he said the most. So like when he tells other people, it's not like he can bring the bird with him. It's a wild bird. It's flying around. It just every so often it stops by his house and goes, damn it.
Hello. I'm back, bitches. That'd be tight.
That must have been really trippy though.
I bet so. What else did I? Okay. I was watching a movie that had a sword fight in it. And I feel like sword fights in excuse me, hold on. Sword fights, they just last way too long for me. I don't understand how hard it is to stab somebody. Like it's literally just like a very large knife. Like why? Like there's all this like side to side blocking, and it's like if the first guy just goes in for a stab, I feel like the fight's over, right? Why is the first move in any sword fight not like stab?
Because if you
go
in straight,
should have been dead.
Knock it. They'll just knock it right to the side and then have the lunge right on you. You can't just come in for the stab. Also, a lot of swords weren't designed for stabbing. Like the French sword that was just only pointing on the end, like that the musketeers used. Yeah, you have to parry, and then those are designed for the stab. But a lot of swords throughout history were designed for slashing, not the straight on stab.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But still,
I don't remember where I learned. I think part of where I learned this was like, what was that show on TNT? Ancient Warriors or whatever the fuck it was. I feel like I learned about this on there, where they would pit like a Maori warrior against like an ancient knight. How do you guys not know the show? It was a great fucking show.
I just don't.
They did like KGB versus the fucking CIA one time or something too. It was pretty cool.
Who won that?
It wasn't the CIA. It was KGB versus someone, but KGB won. KGB won.
Damn it. KGB was pretty crazy back in the day.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just make swords to stab? Like that seems like, hey, let's kind of change that up so we can shorten this.
They were kind of sharp, but they're like, if you make it only to stab, that means there's a long portion of this sword that is not gonna damage the other guy, except for just hitting him.
Why not make it all pointy? All of it should just be pointy.
That's what it was. That's what a lot of swords were. They had the long, sharp end. So even if you didn't get the stab on them, bam, you're slicing right through them. That's what swords were. Now, there was a lot of swords that the back half of it wasn't really. Now, if you get to like medieval times, the old like broadsword and stuff, they were long and super heavy. So both sides of it were sharp. That way, either way you swung it. But there were like old pirate swords, cutlasses, one sharp end or one sharp side right there. You gotta read up on swords, man. Swords are interesting.
Well, like I would just use a jousting sword because like I'm gonna just get you from 8 feet out, you know.
But here's the thing: if they parry that, then you like and get inside of your range, bam! All you can do is whack them with the sword. It's not gonna kill them.
Yeah, but I got like 8 feet, so I can just hit you in the face with it if you parry it or block it or whatever. It is just bam! Now you get a concussion. Boom,
also, those swords are not 8 feet long.
Well, they seem like it. They're very large swords.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Swords are kind of dumb.
Also,
you see all those like sword fight scenes. It's just there's too much back and forth. Like sword fights shouldn't last 10 minutes.
The way you wrote this, it could have been about swords or it could have been about a sex thing. I feel like sword fights last too long. Why don't you just go in for the stab right away? Seems like sword fights should be over in seconds.
Yeah. Could have done that too.
Could have been about
real
penises.
I meant real swords and not penises.
But yeah, so there you go. I hope you learned something today about my sword knowledge.
Yeah. The last thing I had is I always hear that like the earth is like 60% water. But isn't the earth really just 100% land and it's covered in water?
They're talking about the surface of the earth. Don't be a dick.
But if we're being honest, like it is land. The earth is 100% covered in land. Some of that land is just covered with water.
And I feel like when they say this, people say the surface of the earth is 60% water. Actually, I feel like it's 70, isn't it?
Robert, will you find out what the precise measurement is of how much of the earth is water? Because I feel like it is like, oh, you know, most of the earth's water. It's like, no, it's not.
71%.
71%. Fuck.
And a lot of the way they'll say what percentage of the earth is covered in water. That's what just flowed off my tongue when I asked Siri.
Because I would say earth is like mostly not water. If you go like all the way inside the earth.
Oh, I mean, definitely. What percentage of that is magma? Does that count as liquid? I mean, it's liquid.
I would say so. But it's just it's a liquid solid, really.
Magma. It's fun to say.
With hot magma. Hot magma, Mr. Powers. So Earth is 100% land, though. It is just covered with water.
No, it's not 100% land.
It is
because magma.
Well, surface of the Earth is 100% land. It's just covered.
No, the surface is 71% water.
No, because the surface would be the bottom part of the ocean, which is land.
No, it's not the surface. Think about it.
It's above the water is above the surface.
When you're in science class, you learn about like the meniscus of water right there. It's the surface level right there. Surface is what's on top.
Well, what is
you can't have something on top.
What's the water on top of? The water has to be on top of a surface.
It is the top, though. That you cannot have something on top of you and be the surface.
Yeah, the surface of the bottom of the ocean.
There's no surface of the bottom.
Then what is the water on? Water? Like you can't just go like what is when you get to the bottom of the ocean, what is that?
The ocean floor.
Which is a surface.
Nope.
A floor is a surface, dude.
The only surface I want on the bottom is my face and some hot girl's bottom. I don't know. Something like that.
Almost had it.
I was close. I got Robert to laugh. That's all that matters.
Robert, is the floor a surface?
Is the floor a surface? If there's nothing on top of it.
No, because like if the floor in my house was covered in water, it would still be a surface.
But we're not talking about the floor of we're talking about the surface of the earth.
Like, okay, when Houston flooded and the roads were covered in water, is the road still not a surface?
By your logic.
Everything was underwater.
But by your logic, any house would actually be would become the surface of the earth and not the ground that it's sitting on top of.
I think everything is a surface. It's like
everything
a boomerang. Everything
is a surface. It's not the surface of the earth, though.
Alex just said all this because he's actually he's in it for Microsoft.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Microsoft seems like he's service spokesperson.
Yeah.
It seems like he's shelling for the $1 billion corporation.
Hit me up, Gates.
Wait, was that the broken laptop that they gave you with the ring? Are you just trying to get a new one?
They did give me, and it has like the screen is like broken. And there's like a purple line down.
Was it a Surface though?
It's a Surface laptop, yeah, which is exclusively used to watch games. Like it works. It's just got like a little line.
Robert, you cracked the code. Alex is just trying to get a new laptop.
Yeah.
I mean, it was free. I'm not going to.
Maybe not. Maybe don't go after the same laptop that was broken. Maybe try a different brand this time.
I don't know. I mean, I'm cool with whatever free shit they want to send me.
Maybe try an Asus.
What?
Asus. I don't know. That's a brand. That's whatever the fuck I have.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
It works.
But again, that
doesn't have a line down the middle.
That was the that Pat. I was like, you should get a computer. He's like, all right, I bought the cheapest one they had. Like, don't do that.
Not the cheapest one. One of the cheapest ones. There's a difference.
Like when you go to the restaurant and you don't want to buy the cheapest bottle of wine, so you buy the second cheapest bottle of wine, and you're like, classy.
Yeah.
I think Emma and I did that. We went to dinner for her birthday. It was like, well, a lot of these bottles of wine are really expensive, but this one, not the cheapest. It's just above the cheapest.
I mean, in the steakhouse we went to, I didn't get the cheapest steak. I got the cheapest of the expensive steaks.
Yeah.
But
which is like, oh, well, this guy is not a poor.
Everyone
slightly above a poor.
Hey, I got the most expensive one at the steakhouse in Vegas. I was balling. Nobody else was. I'm a baller like that.
Was that before you were losing money or?
No, I had already started to lose money, but I was like, you know what, dude? I'm not coming to a nice steakhouse in Vegas and getting the salmon.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Getting an 18-ounce fucking strip that was delicious.
But I do think that the bottom of the ocean is still.
No, you've been outruled. Me and Robert agree.
I'm just saying y'all are both wrong.
That's not how this works. This is a democracy.
I don't care. I'm just telling you that you're both wrong.
Robert muted.
Robert, did you have anything you'd like to share at the group in the Precome segment? What'd you bring to the table today?
Well, I'll make it quick. I've been watching this show called The Woman in the House Across the Street from the Girl in the Window. It's
I'm out.
Very wordy title.
It's like a parody of those like thriller movies, like The Girl on the Train and The Woman in the Window.
The girl with the dragon tattoo.
The Girl Next Door.
Like one of those like
my best friend's girl
thrillers where the woman solves a murder and she happens to be a drunk and so unreliable and whatnot. It's like a parody on that, but it's very subtle. Like it takes itself really seriously, so you think you're watching one of those kinds of TV shows or movies, and then in one scene, Kristen Bell's in it. She'll be like, in order to solve this case, you really need to take risks. But sometimes the biggest risk of all is not taking a risk. And so that when you do that, you risk not solving the case. So in reality, if you don't take risks, that's the biggest risk of all. She'll say a line like that. And it's just like subtle moments where it's like, oh, this is really weird. This is a parody you're watching.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
That's pretty wild. Pretty wild. But I guess you're right. The riskiest risk to not take is not taking risks.
I guess that makes me a risk taker.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A bad one, but a risk taker nonetheless.
I love more than anyone because I don't love it all.
Exactly. Mine's like that. It's it's on Netflix. Like if you go on there right now, it's like number 1 or number 2. It just came out, so yeah, I recommend it. Pretty interesting.
Have you seen Emily in Paris?
No.
Okay.
I hear
Manning loves it.
I've got a conspiracy theory.
I hear bad things about that.
Do you think people that make movies for Netflix, do you think they pay Netflix to fake the algorithm and put them in the trending top 10 so that their movie gets more streams?
I think Netflix promotes its own stuff first and foremost. And so I think a lot of the stuff we see is a Netflix original. Is this a Netflix original you're talking about?
Yes.
Yep.
So Netflix is going to push the shit out of that.
Like something that's not a Netflix original will never be top 3. Like it might peak at like 4, but it's never going to be the first one you see right there.
Well, probably not. Yeah. Like they're trying to push their own stuff. And now, especially because like when Netflix used to be like one of the only streaming services and it had a bunch of other stuff, like we're going to tell people one day, like Netflix had The Office on it. And like, no way. Netflix didn't own The Office. It's like, no, they didn't, but they had the ability to show you The Office. And that was 99% of the people that watch Netflix just watched it for The Office. And like nobody's going to believe that networks didn't just hang on to that stuff. And you could only watch it on Peacock if it was an NBC anything, or Paramount Plus if it was on CBS or MTV or whatever it was.
People aren't going to believe that Netflix used to mail you movies and that's how it started.
That's pretty wild.
It's fucking crazy.
I remember we got my dad Netflix for Father's Day, and he had to order the DVDs, and I was in college, and my sophomore junior year, when like you started being able to stream stuff and you could stream it through the Xbox. And I thought I was like stealing. I thought it was like a code or like a hack that I had for Netflix. I'm like, I can just watch this shit. This is awesome. It's like, no, that's very common. And now it's what everybody does. But I just remember like, it felt like I wasn't supposed to be doing it.
But their streaming stuff was super limited in the beginning.
Yeah, but they'd have like 20 movies and you're like, tight, let's do this. It was mostly just movies.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Orange is the New Black.
That was like the first big thing, yeah.
Hemlock Grove was also there, but that wasn't that good. Orange is the New Black was like, it has like a 95-minute intro song. It was really weird.
I've only ever watched bits.
I watched like the first couple seasons and I was just like, yeah, I forgot. Like a new season came out. Like, I don't really care anymore. That's kind of how I was out on The Walking Dead. I was like, a lot of stuff's going on. I don't really want to watch anymore.
Yeah, someday I might finish that, but probably not. There's too much other shit now.
Yep, pretty much. That was our Precome segment, guys. Saw a little seg right there. Let's move on to the Comeback Kids segment. We tell you guys what's back in the news this week, according to us at least. The Comeback Kids segment is brought to you by our good friends at littlemshop.com, the best of air fresheners, the softest t-shirts, the best keychains, the best stickers. They got a little bit of this and a little bit of that. You can go get your awesome like pocket tees, but instead of pockets, they have a funny little phrase like "Don't talk to me, always late, just okay." Main character, millennial, pretty smart, tired, or weird. These are the softest shirts you will ever own. Go check those out because they are awesome. Also, shout out to our girl Kenya. She bought a bunch of stuff. Like so much too much stuff for me to even mention right now from Little M Shop. So shout out to Kenyatta Mandata, the woman of the year from the Gravies last year. She's repping Little M Shop hard now. They have awesome keychains. They have the Fuck the Patriarchy keychains. They have the Getaway Car keychains, the See You Never keychains, and a little bit of this, a little bit of that. There's something for everybody at littlemshop.com. And do not miss out on the best air fresheners on the planet. I like the Miami Beach and Fresh to Death scent. And then they also have the Out of This World one with Little Ice scent as well. Go check those out starting at just $3. littlemshop.com, the official sponsor of the Comeback Kids segment.
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch.
All right, first Comeback Kid.
Can I throw one in real quick just to get it out of the way?
Get ahead.
Yeah, because we haven't addressed it yet. People watching the video are probably like, what the fuck? Haircuts are back. The mullet's gone, guys. I got rid of it finally.
R.I.P. Peace.
Everyone's been super sad about it, but you know what they say? All good things must come to an end, which I guess is why life fucking goes on forever. It won't fucking end. This sucks. No, that was a one. Maybe years down the line, but no, I
think you should grow a mullet a year. I think it'd be
no.
You're a mullet guy.
No, I already told my boss. I was like, it was just for Vegas. We're fucking done with that. I don't like maintenance, man. Like, you should know by now, I put zero thought into what I look like every day. And I had to like take care of that thing and like fucking comb it.
You had to just brush it. Like,
I had to like wet it and comb it every morning and then like put some shit in it so it doesn't fall no, not about that life. I wake up now and I don't do shit. Like, I might splash some water on my face and just like run my semi-wet hand through my hair in the morning. That's the most upkeep this body needs.
Well, I feel like
you
owe it to us to do a mullet a year. It would make sense. It was very on brand.
Actually, I believe that makes it your turn to do the mullet.
No, because that was your thing, and I wasn't gonna impede.
I mean, I agree. You refused to do the mustache.
I did do the mustache for a little bit, and then
not as long as I had the mullet,
so I shaved it. But
yeah, you should have had mustache and mullet. You should have had the mustache that connects to the sideburns and mullet for your engagement. That would have been on brand for you.
That looked great. I'm sure everyone would have loved that.
Hey, Robert, we just got a, I don't know, mohawk for Robert. I guess that's the only option.
Robert's a faux hawk guy.
Oh,
what's a faux hawk?
Robert,
you know you know what the faux hawk is. Like,
it's not a full
late
on
2000s.
like mohawk, but it's just like, it's kind of like, it's neat but messy at the same time. In the middle,
you use the gel to kind of like make a little mohawk, but it's not like shaved.
Think douchey gym bro in an Affliction t-shirt. That's the haircut. You got it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the faux hawk. Which, by the way, now I want Robert to go as somebody from the Jersey Shore for Halloween. Just Ed Hardy in a faux hawk.
Definitely do that. Just put a bunch of like jewels on your jeans.
Yeah. So sorry to hijack that, but yeah, haircuts are back. Mullet's gone.
Haircuts are definitely back. Also back this week is groundhogs. Big week for groundhogs, and really not just groundhogs, but like animals that look at shadows. Just like big week for shadows. Big week for predictions, because it is Groundhog Day as we're recording this. Robert, our Groundhog Day correspondent, fill us in what happened today with old Puxatawny Phil. And then if you found anything else on any other fun animals that look at shadows or don't look at shadows, what do we got to expect? Winter or no winter this year?
Well, Alex and Pat, I'm here on the scene, on location, and there are so many green hills as far as the eye can see. And oh, there he goes right there. He's got some cute little red shoes on, that little blue fella. I see him running around here, and he rescues all of the woodland creatures. He really takes that job seriously. They're always trapped in like this little thingy. And what's this? There's like a guy shaped like an egg. He's like in a, I don't know, like a blimp kind of thing. He's got a mustache. He kind of looks like Jim Carrey a little bit. But this is really strange. I think we're going to continue to have more adventures from this little blue guy. We hope to see him soon. Maybe next year. But that's it. That's about my report. Live on the scene from Green Hills.
So did the groundhog see the shadow or not, though? You didn't answer that question.
What do you mean?
Robert, you know Sonic was a hedgehog and not a groundhog, right?
What do you mean? You guys told me
you
to go see the
Sonic. Sonic was a hedgehog, not a groundhog.
But that's the guy we were talking about, right? You said like, oh, that hog guy. I'm like, oh yeah, I know which guy you're talking about. He runs around. He comes out only every so often when people need him.
I mean, yeah, he may have checked out his shadow today.
He didn't have a shadow. He was too fast for shadows.
He was too fast.
So that means he didn't see his shadow.
That means we get no winter this year.
But that can't be right because we got a winter storm blowing in tonight.
No, I don't think I saw shadow. I don't think I saw shadow.
No shadow means no winter. There we go. It's perfect.
I did see this. Somebody photoshopped Guy Fieri's hair and glasses on a hedgehog and said we're getting 6 more weeks of flavor.
That was maybe my favorite part this morning.
That was the best one today.
All the stuff.
See, you said hedgehogs. It's easy. Common misconception. It's not my fault.
Yeah, they're in the hog family for sure. Along with warthogs. And then
the car?
Ron Jeremy's nickname was the hedgehog.
Warthogs like Timon Pumbaa. Right?
Oh, they meant like the Halo car.
A warthog is the Halo car, isn't it?
Also, some people were confused. Some people called that car shadows? A Puma.
That doesn't count. You can't call this a Puma.
I'm just saying, some people called the hedgehog a Puma because they were confused.
It's not a Puma.
I agree.
I saw today the groundhog is only like 39% accurate. So like the groundhog's probably a terrible fucking gambler. Is really what I
fade him
today. Yeah, whatever the groundhog says, fuck it.
Fade Phil.
So the groundhog saw the shadow today or didn't see it. We're just gonna say there's gonna be no winter.
But that's it. We said that he didn't see it, so there'll be no winter. But we know the winter storm's coming. He's about to drop to 38%
or less.
Yeah. Wait, did you say 39 or 37 before? I don't know.
Something
He's mid-30s.
It was in the 30s. Not batting 500 that much, I'll tell you that.
Much like tomorrow night's going to be is the mid-30s. Boom.
I love
that's big brain connections right there.
I love the like news right now when every year if it gets any type of like, oh, we might have a chill coming in. They're like, all right, and here's how to prepare for the winter weather, everybody. Make sure to cover your plants. Make sure to bring your pets and old people inside. Don't forget to wrap those pipes.
If your pets aren't inside, you're a piece of shit.
Layer of clothing. Right, but it like starts off with like obvious stuff and then it's like bundle up. Make sure to be close to something warm. It's like, yeah, man, these seem like very easy things. Like they just have to fill time. So they're just like huddle together for warmth. Don't try and start a gas grill in your apartment. Probably a good idea. Yeah. Campfires are not for the indoors. we need to do a pass the gravy version of that. Like, here's how to stay warm in this winter weather. It's like piss on yourself.
Piss on your hands to not only sterilize them, but warm them up.
Find of an active volcano and stand near it. Lava is hot.
Don't be afraid to shit your pants. It's nice and steamy.
It's warm. Yeah.
Make sure it's going to be solid though.
And that's about all I can do.
Yeah, yep. We'll figure out more by the time it's time to post.
Exactly. Yeah. We'll keep you guys up to date on what to do in this winter weather.
I'm sure Josh Tree will send us a couple.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right. Next comeback kid, curling. The most electric sport.
Curling is fucking back. This is the time every 4 years. Hold on. I'm big. You guys know how big of a curling head I am. I'm a curlaholic.
Doesn't feel like it's been 4 years. Doesn't feel like it's been 4 years since the last time we got curling fever.
It really doesn't. But I have curling fever at all times.
Wait. That means mustaches are back.
Because Matt Hamilton.
Yeah, dude, the whole team. It was just dads with mustaches. The whole. Can we pull up U.S. Olympic curling team? I'm on it right now. I got to see some pictures of these guys.
Fun fact, which is also another reason that curling is back, not just because like the Olympics officially start on Friday, but they like kicked off curling events because they have round robin and stuff they had to play. So they started doing that today. We fucked up Australia in the mixed doubles, but I'm personally liking that it matches up kind of with my schedule because you can watch all the stuff on Peacock, and like curling started at 6:05 this morning. And I was like, tight, I can just start watching this on a screen at work and be all set watching curling. And curling is like, it's one of those things where like you don't have to actively be watching it the entire time. Like you can, but you can also just like, oh, what we got here? Okay, well, I gotta go to work. I gotta do this. And then you check 2 minutes later. Oh, looks like we almost got bullseye right there. I gotta catch up on my curling terminologies, but I'm feeling pretty good about that. Team Schuster was our first ever gold medalist team last time at the Olympics. And John Schuster is going to be the flag bearer at the opening ceremonies. We got a curler as our flag bearer. Matt Hamilton was the Andy Reid lookalike guy.
Looks like he's lost some weight.
He has, and he cut his hair. And then we also got a new dude with long hair that's back too. He's new and he's cool as shit.
He looks like a college quarterback, Chris Plies. That guy
I
have sad
won
news to report, though.
In the mixed doubles.
Mustaches are not back. Our whole team is either clean shaven, has a beard, or Matt Hamilton. He's still got a mustache, but he also has a beard with it.
The stash was kind of like his thing, but
like the mustache is way long. His beard looks just like he hasn't shaved in 2 days from this picture that they're using. It's kind of scraggly. So maybe by the time it starts back up, but John Landsteiner, he's got a full on beautiful, well kempt beard, I must say. But yeah, and none of the women have mustaches, so the mustache is not back. That was false reporting. I apologize.
No, we're gonna include it. We're gonna include the mustache is back.
In spirit.
Yeah. But I'm pretty stoked. Curling is just like it is the stereotypical Olympic sport that you don't give a fuck about until the Olympics are on, and then you sort of pretend that you're an expert. Like, what a fucking idiot who sets up like that. You're blocking that. Yeah, like that's going to last against fucking Sweden. Against Sweden in the fourth frame? Fuck you, buddy. And then, like, you're like, what are you even talking about? Dude, he's fucking setting this shit up all wrong. There's no chance. There's no chance they're going to have a pass at this.
It's electric, though.
It is. And the fact, I remember watching us win gold last time. Like, I didn't give a fuck, but I initially didn't give a fuck about curling. Got up early, watched curling, watched the gold medal match. Fucking, I think we beat Sweden or Canada, fucked them up. We swept them right off the ice, if you know what I'm talking about.
Well done, sir.
I think we could make a pretty solid curling team if we learned how to curl really good.
I would have to be the guy that shoots.
And we're Olympic athletes.
I would have to be the guy that shoots because I'm very messy. I'm not good with the broom. It's just not my skill set.
But I think you've got some more weight on you, so you're like sweeping with the broom. I think you could move some more stuff on the ice. I think you'd have a little bit of a little chutzpah behind it.
But I've got incredible touch, and I'm very flexible. And that little glide that they do where they're down in that weird stance, I don't know if you can bend like that. I can bend like that.
I feel like if you were never exposed to curling before, I feel like the meeting for you're like, okay, well, should I try out for curling? Like, have you ever played shuffleboard? How are you at that? You're, I'm pretty good at shuffleboard. All right, come on down.
Shuffleboard. It's like combining shuffleboard, yoga, and like cornhole. Like you still have to throw it, but you have to be in a yoga stance, sliding while you do it. But there's also brooms. Like curling might be the hardest sport in the world to describe to somebody if they've never been introduced to curling at any point.
Nah, it's like bocce ball.
Bocce ball is better than
Bocce
cornhole,
ball,
yeah.
And shuffleboard.
Ice bocce
ice.
ball. Yeah. Man,
bocce ball is more tossing it.
I love me some bocce ball.
But yeah, bocce ball's tight. But I wish like curling just seems so fucking cool. I have like a little table.
I just want to do the slide. I just want to do the slide down the ice and then just gently, and you just release it with a little bit of spin. And your boys go to fucking town with the goddamn brooms.
A little bit of attitude too, yeah.
Yeah. Now, if I was on the curling team, better believe I'd have the mullet. As soon as I release it, every time I'd flip my hat off and just fucking shake the hair. I'd be an international sensation.
Would be sick. That'd be sick. Yeah, I think we should just be obnoxious about being American in the Olympics. Like, especially if it's like, you don't need to be more aerodynamic in curling. Like, they wear the regular hats, but like, why not wear a fucking Uncle Sam hat? Have the Uncle Sam hat.
I'm obnoxious about being American.
Fucking throw this
24/7,
bad boy
365.
Throw that bad boy on. Like, they should all be wearing the coats with the tails. Like, just dress like fucking Uncle Sam and all that shit.
Dress like Apollo Creed in Rocky 1.
Okay, we'll do that.
The crown. I want the boxing gloves on too. The American flag fucking cape that he wore. The American flag shorts. You're in shorts out on the ice like a baller.
Curling though, it's fucking back, guys, and
yeah, it is.
I am stoked. So we're curlaholics right now, and if you had caught curling fever, you got something wrong with you. Robert, are you stoked about the Olympics?
No, not at all.
Why not?
I mean, I don't watch TV. I don't watch
TV.
TV. No, it's just meh.
This is going to go like the Summer Olympics went for me. It is how it goes every time now. I get super excited for the Olympics, and I don't watch any of it. Like,
you get caught up doing something, you're like, fuck, I missed it. I'm 2 weeks late.
It's good for the restaurant because I can just throw all the TVs on Olympics during the day.
I'm gonna start gambling on the Winter Olympics.
Wait, so since the Olympics are back and it's in China, does that mean covering up war crimes is back?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Well, no, because we're boycotting the Olympics. I was reading something about how the U.S. is boycotting the Olympics, but they're still sending athletes. So I'm pretty sure they're not boycotting. I don't know about you, but
we're not sending the best of the best. Except for our curlers.
It's like, we're going to send, not only are we boycotting, we're sending the shittiest fucking athletes.
What if we only sent, stay with me here on this. What if we only sent Asian Muslims to China for this?
All right. We're going to cut that part. We're going to get flagged on. And on our YouTube, we just got flagged. We have like a warning, not accurate information.
Do you even understand why I'm saying that?
No, I do, because there's camps and stuff over there.
Yeah, I just said fucking covering up war crimes.
But YouTube's covering up. YouTube likes to cover up stuff, so they're probably going to flag us. Also, COVID. We're going to get the little marker right there. For more COVID information, click here.
All right.
Do that. Somebody's going to get a COVID notification as we're talking right now. But that would be funny though if they just sent a bunch of people. They're like, fuck you, we're boycotting, but we're not really boycotting. We're just going to send a ton of people, and then like you just draw out of a hat what your thing is. Like, you don't know what event you're competing in until you get to Beijing, and it's like, Pat, what you got? And you're, oh, tight, cross country skiing. Fuck.
Downhill slalom. Really? I don't think that's going to go well.
Robert Skeleton.
I'm just going to French fry pizza
shit.
all the way down the fucking hill.
Everybody that gets curling is like, yes. And everybody else is like, fuck. This sucks. That's how the Olympics really should be. Send us the best athletes, not at whatever sport it is, just the best athletes in general, and we'll put them up to whatever they got to do. Usually, LeBron's going to be the best.
LeBron James has a skeleton he can't even fit on the fucking little cart slide thing, whatever.
Yeah, he's got like the bobsled. Like, he's a 4-man bobsled. He's like, there's no way. There's no way I'm going to fit in here.
Like, oh shit, there's a tunnel on this course. He's going to get decapitated.
That'd be wild. LeBron would love China, though.
Oh, yeah.
He loves China.
Oh, he'd do very well over there.
I'm surprised he didn't take some time off to go over there.
Oh, I'm sure he probably petitioned for the basketball to be moved to the Winter Olympics this year.
Well, LeBron does not like his country. He doesn't love his country because he wasn't on Team USA last Olympics.
But he does love China.
He does love China. Does not love his country, though, because he's not about playing for Team USA anymore. But he is about playing Space Jam in China. Take with that information what you want. Anyways, curling's back, and it fucks, all right? Curling fucks, everybody. We're big Team Schuster guys on this podcast. If they want to come on the pod afterwards, that'd be awesome. We got to wait like 3 months after the Olympics, and I bet we could get the curling team on the podcast.
Maybe.
Because like after the Olympics, if they like win gold, they'll be like, oh, they're the darlings of the curling world. Let's have them on the Today Show. Let's have them to do this. And then like it dies down for 3 months. We're like, guys, you want to hop on a pod with the boys? And like, all right, tight.
We'll have to grow up mustaches for that.
And then we just don't ask them anything about curling. We ask them about like their form on curls. They're like their bicep form. So like when you go to the gym, do you do any other exercises besides curls, or like just a curl, just straight up curls all day? He's like, that's not at all what we do.
Like, I know your tricks.
This interview is over. But yeah, curling, that's back. Also back this week is fucking wrestling, boys. Wrestling is back. Wrestling is back. I think I'm back in. I'm back in on wrestling. Not like I watched NWO, WCW back in the day, and then just kind of like didn't like lose interest. I just stopped watching. So then you don't know all the characters and everything. Emma's birthday was over the weekend, and I took Emma out to dinner on Saturday night, and I went to Maggiano's. Had a little bit of veal parm. It was pretty awesome. And afterwards, she was like, well, do you want to go get a drink somewhere? Like, let's get a drink before we head home. And we went to one bar that was kind of packed, so we decided to go to the bar I watched soccer at. Walked in there. They had Royal Rumble on when we walked in. And I was like, I thought this is like on Sundays. Like, nope, they're doing them on Saturdays now. So like they had the pay-per-view on. Emma and I had a couple drinks. And then like the women's Royal Rumble had just finished. Ronda Rousey won. And like it doesn't matter if you're into wrestling or not. Like Royal Rumble is such a fucking wild idea where you're just like, hey, every minute somebody new is gonna run out. They're gonna have to see who the last person standing is. But after the women's one, then the Miz, the dude from Real World, he fought. He and his wife did, and his wife was just like wearing a thong.
I didn't even realize she's a wrestler too.
I didn't know that the Miz was still wrestling. But
I
they were wrestling like a couple that both looked like Dog the Bounty Hunter. Don't know who they were that they were wrestling, but they both looked like Dog the Bounty Hunter with the hair and everything. And I think the Miz and his wife lost, but I don't care. I was like, Emma and I were very entertained by the match. And then there was a couple other ones that happened before the Royal Rumble. And it was like, we were on like drink number 3. And I was like, do you want to do another drink? And she was like, yeah, I'm invested in this. Let's finish this thing. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. All right. And then the Royal Rumble happened. And we were like, all right, tight. Like Johnny Knoxville runs out there. I was like, what? He's a wrestler? And people keep telling me, no, he's not. Like I was just live tweeting the Royal Rumble like a fucking, like I'm a complete noob at it at this point. And I was just like, wait, Bad Bunny's a wrestler? He's my favorite. Bad Bunny's my favorite wrestler. Bad Bunny got like 3 dudes out. He was wearing like a turtleneck the whole fucking time. I loved it. Then Brock fucking Lesnar came out and won the whole thing. I was like, I know all of the wrestlers.
That's my dude.
I don't like Brock.
I love Brock Lesnar. He was so much fun to watch in the UFC. Fuck you, diverticulitis.
He always came across as a douche, and I hated his dumb sword tattoo. His sword tattoo is really dumb.
Yeah, but like,
I mean, if he ever asked me what my opinion on his tattoo would be, I'd be like, "It's awesome, sir," because he would just punch a hole through me if he hit me. But like, I think he's got back on the roids. It looks like, because homie is jacked again, and I don't know who the dude was, but it was a ginormous black guy that was just throwing people out of the ring at one point. And
was he wearing a giant black onesie?
Yes.
I think it's something Henry.
I don't know. I don't know his name. But the crowd, like the guys that were there to watch wrestling were just so like lit. Like it was a fun group of dudes that were there. Like I wasn't talking with them, but like they had the belts and everything. They were just like being loud and cheering. And every time that like the thing would count down, they'd count down with it. And 4, 3, 2, 1, and you'd see who it is. No, it was not that guy.
Okay, never mind.
Was not that guy. But like they got the big dude that I was just talking about out. They got him out because like 6 guys had to like flip him over the ropes. It was pretty nuts. But I was thoroughly enjoying Royal Rumble, and Emma was in on it. She was like, "I'm invested in this, so yes, we can absolutely finish the Royal Rumble." So shout out to Emma for being awesome and watching wrestling with me, and shout out to wrestling. I'm back in on wrestling. I'm a wrestling guy.
There you go. Good for you.
Sting was not there, but I would have liked Sting to be there.
I don't think he's signed to a different company, if I believe, or if I remember correctly.
There's AEW.
I think that's it.
Maybe that's what it is. So
are you gonna start watching AEW as well now? See, you gotta. This is a hard time for you to get back into wrestling. Now you got Big Brother going on.
I got a lot of stuff. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff right now. But yeah, I'm back in on wrestling. And speaking, since you mentioned Big Brother, my time is also back because just content, Big Brother, Pass the Gravy, Bro, all of those are Comeback Kids. We'll just put those all in together because Celebrity Big Brother kicks off tonight, as we are like right after we're done recording this is when Celebrity Big Brother premieres, and that's about a 2-3 week long thing that we're going to do Past the Gravy Bro for. Now we're not going to do every episode of Celebrity Big Brother. We're not going to do a follow-up after that because there are some where it's like on a Friday, so I'm not sure what our plans are on Fridays. But then there's definitely one on Super Bowl Sunday that we will not be watching because I'll be watching the fucking Super Bowl. So I would say 90 to 95% of the episodes this season that we will have a podcast right afterwards, and it looks like it's just going to be me and Emma. Pat, if he wants to hop on it, is welcome to, but I think Chris is a little busy for this season of Big Brother. We'll have to have you guys back in the summer though.
Sundays and Wednesdays, those are my only night off, so maybe
I think they have episodes both of those nights. But yeah, Celebrity Big Brother is back, and you have like Lamar Odom's in it. Dude from Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, the not
Chris
Lance
Kattan.
Bass. Yeah, Chris Kattan is in it. The guy that's not Lance Bass from NSYNC,
Chris
or Justin
Kirkpatrick.
Timberlake. Chris Kirkpatrick, he is in it. One of the Real Housewives, Misha Tate, UFC fighter.
I think there's 2 housewives, isn't there?
I don't know,
one's like Atlanta, one's LA.
Oh, go get those 2 together. You know how that's Todrick is in it.
Todd Bridges,
who's
an actor.
Yeah, so lots of fun. I'm looking forward to it. And Celebrity Big Brother is a little bit more of like the watered down version.
And then
of regular season Big Brother.
Shona Mokler, who was Travis Barker's first wife.
Mm-hmm.
Meet the Barkers.
Miss America, I believe, as well.
Or was she? I thought she was a Playboy model.
Okay,
maybe she was both.
Something.
I think she was in Playboy.
But yeah, Celebrity Big Brother starting tonight. If you are so interested, then maybe you should check out Pass the Gravy Bro. You can hear that wherever you listen to this podcast, and it's available for free. You can also go Pass the Gravy Bro on Facebook. We are going to be streaming our podcast live so you can weigh in on what happened after you watch with us. We're going to do like live recap episodes after almost all of the episodes. So that'll be a lot of fun. If you're familiar with Pass the Grady Bro format in the last couple of years, that'll just kind of be the exact same thing like that. But they're going to squeeze like 4 episodes in a week to compete with the Olympics. And so it should be going pretty quick.
It's like a smart business model.
But it means that there's going to be like eliminations a lot. So a lot of them will be eviction episodes, and I'm all for that. And then just like there's always 1 or 2 celebrities that just don't give a fuck after a while. Like they realize like, I don't like this, just vote me out. And then they'll use some excuse. Like I can't remember who it was.
I miss my kids. Vote me out.
From the Cosby Show on the last Celebrity Big Brother they had a while back. She was like, I need to breastfeed my child. And it was like, but you knew you were coming on a reality show that your kid wasn't on. I just can't be away from my child. I was like, okay. And so she asked people to vote her out.
My favorite was when
Shannon
Elizabeth goes, vote me out. And everyone goes, no.
We're not gonna. Now you're staying longer.
That was funny.
Slightly Big Brother, though. I just don't know if anybody can ever top Kato Kaelin and Tom Green in the same Big Brother house. That was just
no way.
Absolutely electric.
And is this Celebrity Big Brother going to be better than previous ones, or is it going to be shitty like the last 2 seasons of regular Big Brother? Is Celebrity going downhill too?
You can't compare them.
No, I'm saying on the scale of Celebrity Big Brother, is Celebrity Big Brother going down the same way that regular Big Brother's been going down? That's the question.
It always depends on really just like the personalities of celebrities, because like when you have the regular season cast of Big Brother, like there's people that want money. The celebrities don't really give a fuck about the money. So It really comes down to like who really cares to play and who is just there to like hang out or because they got asked by the like publicists to go on. Because there are people that are like, I don't really know. I'm just going to hang out. Whatever. It's good exposure. I have a movie coming out in a couple of weeks. It's nice to be here. Like you have people like that. And then you have people that like Tamar Braxton really wanted to win her season. Ricky Williams really wanted to win his season. And they got towards the end there. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I did get really burnt out on Big Brother last season, but I'm not going to let that happen this time.
We'll see.
So Big Brother is back, and also Pass the Grady Bro. Another comeback kid we got this week is Spotify and Joe Rogan, because I thought this was done last week. You know, seemed like it was over last week, but no, it wasn't. Then just more stuff came out, and over the weekend, like Neil Young pulled his music from Spotify. He said it's either Joe Rogan or me, and Spotify's like, all right, you will take your music off the platform,
even though he didn't own half of it.
All right. Yeah, true. They're like, well, actually, it's not your decision. But then James Blunt this weekend did, and then a couple of other people. Oh, no. Yeah, I was like,
that one song.
You're Beautiful is not available on Spotify. And then a couple of other people did. I think Joni Mitchell.
Oh, no.
Which is that not the same Joni Loves Chachi? Check.
I have no idea. It's hilarious.
I wouldn't say they're A-list
names. They're going to Apple Music afterwards. Like, oh.
No, they're going to Amazon.
Or Amazon like,
which definitely hasn't had anything problematic happen.
Yeah, never. Amazon's never had any problems with human rights violations or just.
Well, they don't do that, but they definitely haven't lied about it.
Yeah.
Why would Amazon hasn't lied about anything like that?
Amazon's never had any problems with being a gigantic fucking company that does problematic shit across the world.
Joe Rogan though did come out with something, I think it was Monday, where it wasn't an apology. He just kind of addressed it, talked about he wasn't mad at Neil Young. He likes Neil Young. He likes the people that are pulling off, that are leaving Spotify because of him or whatever. He's like, I mean, I guess there's things I can do better, and I'll work on doing things better. I schedule my guests. I do this. I'm just here to have conversations. And it was like, if you watch the whole Joe Rogan video of his, not apology, but just his discussion of the topic, and then you're still like, fuck Joe Rogan, I think you're kind of an asshole at that point, because I don't know.
Definitely.
Like, I mean, if we had doctors on this podcast and we had an audience that big, I mean, it's like, we're fucking around. It's people like the guy gets high. He smoked with Elon Musk. Like, it's not like it's a scientific discussion, like a serious, factual, 100% accurate scientific discussion. And I don't believe that Joe Rogan has ever once been like, you shouldn't do this. do not get a vaccine. He's never done that. It's weird that like the people that are so mad about Joe Rogan are the people that definitely don't watch Joe Rogan. And I'm not saying that I watch all of Joe Rogan. I tune in to Joe Rogan. I watch the clips of Joe Rogan when I see him.
Here and there, yeah.
If there's a guest he has, I haven't watched it as much since it's gone to Spotify exclusively, just because it's not as easy to access. I like the YouTube clips and stuff like that. But if I see he's got a good guest on that I'm interested in, and it's usually not any of the doctors, like the one doctor that I wanted to listen to was the sleep specialist guy, just because he had a bunch of crazy stuff that he was talking about. And it's like, I'm mostly just listening because it's like, whoa, like that's what I'll say out loud as you're watching Joe Rogan. Like, I don't expect everything he says to be like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna go do that. And I don't think most people that watch Joe Rogan do that. And they're just, well, it's dangerous misinformation of doing this and blah, 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 blah. Like Adam Schefter reported that Tom Brady retired before Tom Brady retired, and then Tom Brady said, I'm not retiring. That's dangerous misinformation, is it not? Like, depending on what you wanted to classify as dangerous, it's like, that's misinformation. Should ESPN be taken off of Spotify? Like, are we gonna boycott that? Like, I don't understand the like all news stations post misinformation at points in time. If a news station's ever had to retract anything, the fucking CDC, we're gonna get our marker of like, for accurate COVID information, please go here. The CDC changes what like you're supposed to do. Like, this is the COVID is something we're figuring out still, like how to deal with it and how to react to it. And like, everybody's changed their minds on exactly what the correct action is a ton of times. So when you retract something or when you correct something, then does that mean that whatever you said before is misinformation? Because if that's the case, then there should be nothing on YouTube if that's what people want to censor. I don't understand that. I don't understand the people that are so like for Joe Rogan one way. Like, I don't really care. I just think it's silly that people are making it seem like Joe Rogan is the like center of all of the misinformation in the world about COVID, which he's not. He has a fucking podcast.
He's a guy that smokes weed and likes to talk to different people. Like, people were mad that like, oh, of course he brings on the two doctors that agree with him. No, because it wouldn't be interesting if he brought on doctors that all echo the exact same viewpoint. These two guys are incredibly accomplished in their field and happen to have differing viewpoints. That's an interesting interview. Bringing on Dr. Fauci to say the same shit that he said 90 times is not an interesting interview. You're not going to get anything new out of him. And yes, shit changes. Remember when we got the vaccine and you weren't going to be able to get COVID anymore? We found out that was wrong. Everybody that said it beforehand, is that misinformation? No.
But you could classify it that if you some people could classify it that way if they wanted to. If he has Alex Jones on, they're like, oh, it's dangerous that he's having a man like this on and he's giving a voice. It's like, it's also like crazy. It's like, you don't have to listen to it. And did I watch the Alex Jones Joe Rogan? I watched part of it. Why? Because I just want to hear the wild shit that Alex Jones says. I'm not going to be like, well, he says the government's all lizard people. He's true. It's truth. That's the truth right there. It's just a fact. I'm like, what crazy shit is this guy going to fucking say? Like, that's why I watch. When he has Elon Musk on, I'm like, I would like to see if Elon Musk is just going to get fucking stoned as fuck and talk
make weird faces.
Like, I'm here for that. Like, it's entertainment. And I think a lot of people just watch it for entertainment. Yeah, there's probably people that like, there's always the person that takes everything somebody says to like as fact, and like they live by the Bible of Rogan. But I'm not saying that doesn't make them right. And I don't think there's that many people that are doing that to where it, like, Joe Rogan having a podcast isn't why COVID won't go away. No, and I think there's people that are trying to pretend that that's the thing. And Neil Young doing this doesn't mean that everybody's fucking evil or anything like that. Like, it doesn't matter. We're making such a fucking big deal of this, and Joe Rogan is going to get so more people to go click on his shit because people are talking shit about Joe Rogan. And everybody that's like, oh, I canceled my Spotify. Go ahead, dude. That's tight, dude.
Good.
That's tight.
The amount of people that believe every word Rogan says, there's still the same amount of people that believe everything Fox News says, CNN says, MSNBC says. So you're always going to find fanatics that don't know how to think for themselves. It is what it fucking is. And I have to bring this up because our podcast son, Skylar Lester, oh my God, it's Skylar, kept bringing this up. Fucking Neil Young going off about how this is dangerous misinformation. This dude's been anti-GMO for years. Like, the shit that makes his insulin that keeps him alive, he's talked shit against and has no idea how it's talking. But this is the one subject that he's going to. So, like, it's all fucking ridiculous. Nobody knows what the fuck they're talking about. Just keep living life and don't get bogged down by politics, guys, because you're never going to have a good time
For
again in your
real.
life.
As we bitch about it right now, but like it's like I love when like anything on Twitter happens like that, where like it was just like a wild news cycle for that, and then it kind of went away, and then it came right back. And it's like Joe Rogan's not allowed to have an opinion on this. It's like if Joe Rogan's like, I don't want it, like if I think everybody should get vaccinated. Like Joe Rogan shouldn't tell people what to do. Like if Joe Rogan says anything, like they're like people want to take whatever he says and just turn it into something it's not always. And it's like if Joe Rogan's opinion he's not allowed to share his opinion, then you're not allowed to share your opinion on Joe Rogan by that. So what you're doing is sort of violating what you're saying Joe Rogan is violating.
God forbid we ever get any major level of success, or we're fucked.
Yeah.
Like we're going to get misinformation tagged on fucking boomerangs and ladles.
They're saying everything is a ladle and a boomerang. I don't think so. Yeah, Alex, everything's not a surface. Listen to this dangerous misinformation past the gravy's peddling.
Every answer I give to anything, we're just going to get tagged for misinformation.
We need to get like just big enough on the controversy side where it's not cancelable, but it's like people get mad at us for it.
All of my gambling picks are misinformation.
All the losers are, yeah.
That's all I have lately, man.
But yeah, Joe Rogan and Spotify and Neil Young and all that's back for a second week in a row. I don't really think we talked about it very much last week, if at all, but that's back. Another comeback kid is rebrands, because the Washington football team is no longer. Now they are the Washington Commanders, or the Commies, the Washington Commies.
Yeah, I saw you wrote that down, and I was like, fuck, how did I not think of that? But also, how did they not think of that?
They had 2 years too.
2 years, and the best you could
the
come
design,
up with.
Did you see? And the uniforms they have are not great. Not great.
I think they're okay. I think they're fine. I like not the W logo, but that like spare logo that has all the dates underneath it. I thought that was cool. It's a decent enough name. It's fine, except for that you can call them the Commies.
The Commies, which I will.
Of course, I mean, anybody that doesn't like them is going to call them the Commies. It's so dumb to me that the entire fan base is like, Red Wolves. We want Red Wolves. Give us Red Wolves. Everybody likes the Red Wolves. Just give it to us.
Commanders.
And Dan Snyder's like, no. And you can't even keep their long HTTR, hail to the formerly R words, could have been hail to the Red words. Now you got to change it to HTTC, which is not a big deal, but like.
Command this or whatever it is.
Command this.
Hashtag take command is their hashtag now.
Wow. Sounds like they're trying to form an uprising. That sounds pretty fucking problematic.
And also,
what are they, Canada?
You know what Native Americans were commanded to do? Is give up their land.
Problematic.
Kind of problematic.
It's a decent name though. Like in 4 weeks, nobody's gonna fucking give a shit.
Right. I don't like it.
Just like the Cleveland Guardians. It's whatever. It's a fucking name. Who cares?
They just the uniforms look like a creative team uniform you would make on Madden.
But every new thing does.
Not always. Not always.
What's their mascot going to be? That's what I want to know.
A guy on a ship. The commander, a ship guy.
I don't know. Maybe they just make George Washington, and he's just always in a boat crossing the Delaware.
If you were a Washington team fan, though, like you in the last 5 years, like you've had to buy so much gear if you're trying to keep up with it. Like you had R words.
Now, if you're smart,
football team gear, and now you have Commanders shit. Like I'd be like, I'm out.
I mean, it's a fucking.
San Antonio Commanders were just a team in the AAF, the Alliance of American Football. Like you're just gonna steal their shit.
Hopefully, within the next year and a half, though, they'll catch Dan Snyder for all of his bullshit and make him sell the team.
No. We want Dan Snyder to stay in power.
You do.
A fan of a team in their division.
I am a fan of a guy that's a Commanders fan, and I'm tired of seeing him sad all the time.
But aren't you tired of seeing me sad? If the Commanders are good, then I'm going to be sad because that won't mean that my team is as good.
Doesn't mean they're going to be better than you.
I don't want them to be good.
Giants are on the come up, man.
Giants are on the come up. They are on the come up. And I mean, you were talking about Dan Snyder. You're hoping for a scandal for Dan Snyder. Speaking of scandals,
Yeah, Giants might be in trouble.
Scandals are also a comeback kid this week because Brian Flores, ex-Dolphins head coach, and I think he was like a front runner for several coaching positions. He is suing the NFL and 3 teams, the Dolphins, the Broncos, and the Giants, for racism and discrimination. There's a lot to this, and I've heard that there's going to be more teams that he's naming later. Now, this is us talking on a podcast that is 2 white guys and is it Latinx, Robert? Do you prefer Latinx, Hispanic, Latino? What would you prefer?
I usually just say Hispanic.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure that you were comfortable with it, because I think Latinx is what we're being taught is the correct thing.
Nobody uses Latinx.
People
use it. Nobody likes it.
Okay.
From what I've heard.
You know what? I am trying not to offend anyone, and this is
you offended me.
This is me before making a take, before giving my take and trying to break this down. This is me as a white guy explaining.
Sounds like you're about to say something very problematic.
Right, and I'm not going to really, but it's like
Are you about to tell us you have black friends?
I'm not going to tell you that. But I did.
Oh, so you don't.
I do a podcast with Chris Hogan, who is African American, and just saying I'm on one. So not that helps out. But the Rooney Rule, for anybody that doesn't know, that is a rule implemented by the NFL to help, to help make sure that minority coaching candidates get an opportunity to get interviews. The rule is that you have to interview a minority candidate for any coaching position opening. And at least I believe it's assistant coach or head coach. But Brian Flores, African American, he is saying, and several of these that he's saying both the Giants and the Broncos were just bringing him in sham interviews to be good with the Rooney Rule. My thoughts on that is, first off, the Giants had already interviewed Patrick Graham, their defensive coordinator, twice, who is African American. They'd also interviewed defensive coordinator of the Bills, Leslie Frazier, twice. So that's 4 interviews with 2 African American people before Brian Flores came in. The Giants were already in compliance with the Rooney Rule. So I don't think that it was a sham interview with the Giants. And the Giants were also reportedly down to Flores and Brian Dable as their 2 head coaching candidates, like that they were going to pick between. So I don't know. I don't know if I wasn't there. I don't know if it was a sham interview or not, but that's just what I remember seeing and what people were reporting. And then he's saying that like John Elway, the GM of the Broncos, was hungover, showed up late, just didn't really ask anything of sustenance, and was just trying to get through the interview. When you put the Rooney Rule in place, I think the intentions are very good. Yes, you should have more minority candidates available for coaching jobs, that they should be able to get better interviews. But there's also like there's not just in football, but like you have an opening, somebody gets fired or somebody quits, you have an opening, and you're like Robert is really good at editing video. If I had another video editor that was doing this and then he was like, I'm out, or he didn't do a great job and I fired him, and I was like, Robert's really good at this, Robert's the guy I want, I'm going to bring in some other guys for interviews, but Robert's the guy I want. Like, you got a guy you want. The Giants, if they allegedly wanted Brian Dable and they had to go through the process of interviewing people, like, are you not allowed to like have a guy you want, but then also have other interviews? I don't understand that. Like, I've been in interviews before where it's like, I'm not going to get this job. Like, this is just them running through the motions. And it wasn't because I was white. It wasn't because of the color of my skin. It's just that happens. I think that when you're forced to bring in a minority candidate, sometimes it does feel that way because they are trying to justify, like, yes, we did bring in a minority candidate. We wanted to hire this guy from day one. That's not that. That's not one of them. That is this guy. And I think that is what it seems like the Giants kind of wanted to do. Bill Belichick, though, is the one that kind of blew this all up. Allegedly, he texted Brian Flores thinking he was texting now Giants coach Brian Dable. Congrats on the gig. And Brian Flores was like, what are you talking about? He's like, the Giants gig. You got the coaching gig, right? I'm hearing you're the favorite. And he was like, oh, I sure hope so. Going for an interview tomorrow. And Bill Belichick was like, oh, I fucked this all up. I meant to send this to Dable. My bad, BB. And he signed it BB, which is a very old man way to sign things off on a text message, right? Although I kind of want to just start sending you guys like AM as I sign off on our like group chat. This makes it seem like I'm like 40 years older. So Bill Belichick allegedly is the one that kind of like fucked all this up. And he's like, wait, because he said that he's hearing from Buffalo and New York that like Dable's the guy. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I heard that they're going with Dable. And he was like, oh, that's 3 days before I was going in for my interview. So it was just a sham interview. And yeah, he's got an argument there, but I just don't understand the like how are you gonna be able to prove all of this? Because you're gonna have to be able to prove that the Giants straight up told Bill Belichick this and that he didn't just hear it through the grapevine or hear rumors or anything like this. You're gonna have to get Elway to like prove that he was hungover and that the Broncos didn't give him a serious thing. Like, I'm not saying this isn't something that it could have happened, you know. I'm saying that it's going to be very hard to prove. And it could have blackballed Brian Flores going forward. But I think like what he did in his heart is right. And it's just weird watching all of this unfold, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I agree with everything you said. Like, if you've got the guy that you know you want, but you have to bring in people, this is going to happen. It's going to happen. We're like, well, he's had massive success there. We definitely want him. We know Brian's a good coach. Didn't really get Miami going where they wanted it, though. We want to bring in the new guy with an offensive mind because that's where the league is. That being said, you cannot be telling people and let it fucking leak that this is your guy before you even bring in the other guy for the interview when you're letting it out there that these are our two finals. Like, these are the two that we're most interested in when you have no interest in one of them. You can't.
That's my thing. Is like, I don't know, like, because what I have heard, and this was before the Flores the whole Flores thing. This is just as a Giants fan. I heard that the Giants owners wanted Flores, but the new GM from Buffalo, Joe Shane, was like, nah, I'm going to bring my dude Brian Dable in. I want Dable. It came down to Flores and Dable. The ownership wanted Flores. The GM was like, dude, did you just hire me to run a team? Or did you hire me to just say, yeah, all right, dude, and just do whatever you say? Because I think you hired me to try and turn a team around. So I should get a say on who the coach is. And they deferred to what the GM wanted. That is what I have heard. Now, I'm not a reporter for the Giants. I don't have a bunch of inside sources or anything like that, but that's what I've heard. And that makes sense if that was the case. Like, the GM that you got is a guy from Buffalo. He brought a guy from Buffalo to help build this team. There's some familiarity. I have said since like the Giants were looking for a GM, I was like, if they get the Chiefs guy, I think they could bring the Chiefs offensive coordinator. If they get the 49ers guy, they could bring the 49ers offensive coordinator as their head coach. If they get the Bills guy, they'll either get the offensive coordinator or the defensive coordinator from the Bills.
You want them to have the same goals, the same mindset on how a team needs to be built and what you want to do with it. When you can break, like, so it's not bad to have guys that work together because they know they're working for the same thing and want the same thing. You never know if that's going to happen when you bring guys from outside that, like, maybe they get together and like, oh, we actually both want to run this a different way. So It makes it, it's just, and then
that was me trying to defend it. Yes, there could be, like, in all the stuff that he's saying. Like, yes, I do think that happens where people do just have a minority candidate in that they don't have the intention to hire because they have to for the Rooney Rule. And I think that is one of the, it's like, I don't know if the Rooney Rule is wrong. I don't think it's wrong because I think it gives you an opportunity. Like, it gives people opportunities that wouldn't also get opportunities. But Brian Flores was not a defensive coordinator for the Patriots. He was a linebackers coach that got a head coaching job from being a linebackers coach. So it is not like they're not giving him, like, he wasn't ever given an opportunity. You know, like, it was like they overlooked some people to bring you in as the head coach in Miami. And then his whole shit with Miami was that they were saying they'd pay him $100,000 each loss that he had if he would just tank in the 2019 season. It's odd that he is waiting until now to bring all of this up. I don't know if he's just been trying to compile as much as he can so he has a better lawsuit. That's very possible. That's what he's doing.
Well, why would he bring it up when he was coaching the team?
If you were just like, I'm not going to fucking tank, like, you think it's going to turn that around?
Well, no, but I mean, he's not going to bring it up like, hey, yeah, I'm the head coach of the team and the owner wants me to lose purposely. He's not going to say that while he's there. So I don't think it's odd that he waited till now.
They did in Major League.
Yeah, that's a movie. But the one that's the
Good
most, point. Not that that's not believable, but like the one that I can picture most easily in my head is the Broncos one. I can totally see John Elway showing up just fucking hungover / hammered as shit from the night before to an interview that he wasn't going to take seriously in the first place. You look at John Elway's face and you're like, yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
But the Dolphins one is just fucking nuts. Like, if there's any way that they can prove that, Stephen Ross is going to be forced to sell the Dolphins. Because you're like, yes, we know tanking happens in the league, But to actually try to pay your head coach to purposely lose games, that's fucking with like the competitive scales of the league, and the NFL won't put up with that shit.
Which is, yeah,
like
that's
say what you
incentivizing
will.
it. Like tanking happens, but that is incentivizing tanking.
Say what you will about Washington, the Commanders. I don't think their owner tries to lose. He's just a fucking awful owner and has made a horrible thing. Like, he's not paying his head coach a lose so he can get a better draft pick. He's trying to win, and he's just the worst owner in sports. Like, if you're like actually like, that's wild. Like, if you're telling your head coach lose on purpose and I'll pay you extra, that's fucking crazy to me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, this is not anywhere close to being over. And there's definitely going to be some more layers of the onion that are peeled back for this, but like scandal.
And this is what's scary about all this now too, is that Flores was one of the favorites for the Texans job. Now that he's out, it looks like they're going to hire Josh McCown. Who's only ever coached high school and never been an offensive coordinator or a quarterback's coach in the NFL.
Southwest Texas.
But he's never been a coordinator in the NFL. And the Texans are so fucking stupid. They're going to be like, well, he played backup in the league for a long time, so let's make him the head coach. I'm sure he'll know what to do. It's going to be a disaster. It's going to be a disaster if they bring him in as the head coach. Like, you should have just kept.
Do I think it will be? Yes. Last year. Am I sort of rooting for Josh McCown to be the coach and then like to sort of work out? Like, that'd be nuts. That would be nuts if it worked out.
Hey, who should we?
I'm rooting for that.
Who should we bring in as head coach to help teach our young quarterback? We're putting a lot of hopes on, and maybe he could be our guy. Let's bring a guy that was a backup for 15 years and coached high school last year. Yeah, sounds good. Let's give him control of the organization.
Really, what you're not looking at is Jack Easterby and the McNair family.
Are incompetent.
And the Texans. Well, they love God. Do you not love God, Pat? Not enough for them. You know who does love God? Josh McCown.
Keep God out of football, okay?
Josh McCown was in the Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
I'm sure he was.
That's the thing he was in. He doesn't masturbate anymore. If you don't know this, go look up Josh McCown anti-masturbation. He does an entire video talking about.
Yeah, can't trust that guy. Can't trust that guy.
Doesn't masturbate. I mean, I'm not saying like you should be addicted to porn or anything, but you know, like every nice every now and then you get to crank one out. You know,
right?
Sometimes you just got it.
You know what that says to me? It says you have low view of your own body image because you don't even find yourself sexy enough to make it. No, you just don't find yourself sexy enough to make yourself come.
You can spin it either way. But you can't take away the fact that he did graduate from Sam Houston State University, which is the Harvard of Southwest Texas. So therefore, he's from a learned institution, a football school, obviously. Hiring college coaches is very hot. He wasn't necessarily a college coach, but he played in college. So that's kind of like a college coach.
I would not call Huntsville Southwest Texas.
We're gonna call it that though.
Aren't you?
We're gonna call it that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're way farther east than Texas State, who had to change their name from Southwest Texas because we're not in Southwest
Doesn't matter.
Texas.
I'm just saying it's not fine. Harvard is Southeast Texas.
I was about to say, if anything, you could say Southeast.
Whatever. The Harvard of Texas.
Not looking great for calling yourself Harvard when you don't even know where your school is.
Hey, I've been graduated for a while, all right, buddy. I wasn't a geography guy. Didn't graduate with a degree in geography, okay?
So, yeah, this is just going to lead into another scandal for the Texans of being incompetent.
But
force them to fucking sell.
The Texans have had some, the inmates running the asylum comment that I think it was Cal McNair before he passed away.
Well, he said inmates running the prison, which was, I mean, it's obvious he was trying to say a well-known phrase and it wasn't a fucking racial thing.
To some, but they've not been, they haven't had the best reputation for race relations. What if they were just like, what if we just hired Flores anyways? Like,
I hope they do, because I think
Flores would be a good coach for them.
But it makes sense when everyone was scratching their head going, why did they fire Flores? It seemed like he was starting to turn things around, do a good job. Well, if the head coach was instructing him to purposely fail and he refused to do it, that kind of makes a little bit more sense.
It does. He had also gone through a lot of personnel too, and there's some personnel issues because he was going in and out of coordinators, but we don't know what all was going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But this
I would still
nowhere
love to
near
see him in the
over.
Texans.
This shit's gonna be going. This is gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot more stuff with this. This is. I think this has a lot more legs to it than Kaepernick did.
Maybe I just thought of this spin zone. What if he brought all this out because the Texans love hiring former New England guys. What if he said all this to stop the Texans from hiring him because he doesn't want anything to do with this garbage organization? Huh?
Maybe
Big
not
brain
the worst
shit.
idea. Maybe
Big
not the
brain
worst
shit.
idea.
He's like, I'll tank my career if it keeps me away from the Texans. All right. That actually seems like the smart move to me.
Or maybe he's trying to get Belichick's texts, all of his texts released. Because maybe you spin it around and you do the whole like Gruden thing where he's like, oh, you found the emails that I sent out? Cool. Make sure you show everybody's emails. So like maybe Flores is like, all of Belichick's texts have to be shown now. And you see all the shady shit Belichick's up to. And then maybe that's how
I don't think it's shady.
Patriots.
There's also the spin zone of Belichick did this to take down the Dolphins because they're the only team that can beat the Patriots consistently in the regular season.
Giants. Oh yeah, the Dolphins and then the Giants too.
The Dolphins, they always take one. No matter how bad the Dolphins are, they always win at home against New England. It's fucking weird.
Yeah. But yeah, Brian Flores scandals back this week. What else do we got? Tom Brady, our final comeback kid this week. He is retired. He wasn't retired. He was retired. And then he said it was reported he was retired. Then he was like, no, I'm not retired. And then he did retire. Now he is retired. He's got all the stats. Like, we're not going to run through them, but he's the craziest stats ever.
2/3 of our life he's been in the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty nuts. And he's the GOAT. There's really nothing else to say about that. He's the GOAT. And congrats, Tommy. Congrats on
nothing to say that hasn't been said already. We'll never see a run like that again.
It was funny that ESPN burned all their video packages on him though on Saturday, and then had to okay, so technically he's not retired, and then they had to just reuse them on Monday when he did retire. But it's like, we already saw this.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird not seeing Tom Brady kick ass. Sure wish you could have fucking just retired from the Patriots, Tom, and not fucked over the Packers last year. Appreciate that, but
I don't think he doesn't really feel that bad. He won a Super Bowl again, so
yeah, no, I mean I know he does, and he's the all-time great. But sure would have been nice if the Packers could have won last year, and then maybe Aaron wouldn't be gone now.
Maybe now Aaron goes to Tampa Bay.
I was the first thing I thought. I was like, Jesus, if Aaron just goes to Tampa and they keep winning. I don't see it happening though, because they're in a little bit of cap trouble. So
you never know. Okay, so that was our comeback kid segment. And
one more.
Oh, okay.
Last one. Bad. The big show coming back thing tonight, South Park, 25th season. Premieres tonight at the same time as Big Brother, Celebrity Big Brother. So choose wisely, I guess, guys. Yeah. Also, I thought about how impressive, it's weird or just crazy. They've been on Wednesday for every episode they've ever done. They never had to switch days one time, which I get because they premiere on Wednesdays and they're their own cultural phenomenon, and what the fuck goes on Wednesday, so they own the night. But
that's the great goes on Wednesdays. That's
just crazy to me that they've owned Wednesday for, what is it now, 15 years?
That is pretty crazy. What was the big shows? The big shows were on Thursdays, weren't they?
Yeah, there was, TGIF growing up, and then Thursdays, Saturday Night Live, stuff like that. Not a lot of Wednesday, but it just shows even when they run a long time and they're wildly successful, they change nights. South Park
they swap it up because if it's a strong testing show, they're like, okay, well, we're going to put this new show after this, so they get the numbers for that too if people leave their TVs on. But yeah, South Park back this week. All right, that was our comeback kids segment. Let's quickly run through the PTG picks. We have no picks for you this week since there's only the Pro Bowl and we're not picking the Pro Bowl. But last week I went 1-2. Pat went 0-3 on the year. I'm 35-28. Pat's 33-29 and 1. I have a 1.5 game lead on Pat right now. And really, the Rams winning by 3 means that was the only reason I had the 1 win and you had 3 losses, because you had Rams minus 3.5. I had 49ers plus 3.5. A half a fucking point was the difference in that. And the waffle bet, it's alive. It's alive. And if you're new and don't remember, the loser of our football picks this year is going to have to eat 24 waffles. We were going to do 24 waffles in 24 hours. It can be longer than 24 hours, but you're not allowed to eat anything else besides waffles in that span until you do 24. And if you eat anything in between that's not waffles and it's not in your waffle, then you have to start over. Doesn't matter what kind of waffle or anything like that, but you have to document. So you'll see it on Twitter. We will have to do a thread. And if you forget, you got to eat another waffle to document it. There's no like, I'm on my 4th one. I forgot to document it. Like, you got to document every single one.
Yeah.
Every single one.
So it's unless Alex just shits the bed on the Super Bowl picks and I kill it, it's probably going to be me, which means
I got to get 2 right. If I can get 2 right, I can win it.
Yeah.
But this is the closest it's ever been. It's never gone to the Super Bowl. The 3 years, this is our 3rd year doing it. The first 2 years, it was pretty much wrapped up.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be me eating waffles. And I told the guys beforehand, probably going to have to eat closer to 28 waffles because I'm definitely going to forget to document some of them.
55 waffles.
I was going to say
forgetting.
It's probably going to be over 30. And Robert raised a good point. I forgot. I'm like damn positive we said you can't put butter or syrup or anything on them. It just has to be the waffle. We did not stipulate inside of it though, so I will be making bacon waffles and blueberry waffles and shit like that.
That's fine.
It's gonna be a lot of waffles.
I'll just be eating Eggos if it's me, but
yeah. I guess I got to hit the keto really hard for the next 2 weeks, so when the time comes, I could just ruin any progress I've made.
We should both just do keto, so then we're like in a great spot, and then the winner is just like, fuck yeah, I get to keep this physique.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of goddamn waffles.
It is a lot of waffles, but it'll be a lot of fun for everybody else.
What are you gonna do
besides that person? So on the year, I got a 1.5 game lead over Pat, and we will give you our Super Bowl picks next week. We got 3 bets we'll give you guys, and that'll be the final one. Robert, you got to be stoked, don't you?
I'm a little stoked, yeah.
You're like Dante sitting, you bet the house is almost done. You got 1 more week of that, and then 1 more week of PTG picks. Robert's gonna be cutting off so much time.
We'll see. Usually it gets filled with something else.
That's true. Yeah. Then we have mock draft season, so actually maybe not. What would Jesus do segment? Let's get to the WWJD segment. All you have to do is hit us up on Twitter, throw Jesus in a situation he might find himself in today's time. Use the hashtag PTGWWJD at Pass the Gravy Pod. We're going to do this segment until you guys stop sending us submissions. Hashtag PTGWWJD. This is the What Would Jesus Do segment.
Jesus, what would Jesus do? Jesus, what would Jesus do? Put him in a situation in a modern time. If he wrote this jingle, do you think he'd make it rhyme? So think about this crazy world in which we live today, and how would Jesus handle it in any given way?
All right, what do we have for this? We got Josh Tree Cottle, our reigning Pass the Gravy MVP, back-to-back MVP, that is, at Joshua Tree 713 on Twitter. He says, what dipping sauce would JC get at Chick-fil-A? If he ate fast food, it would be Chick-fil-A. What dipping sauce would he go with?
I think I've got an idea of it, but hold on. I probably should have pulled this up before. I need to make sure I have the full dipping sauce.
I mean, there's Chick-fil-A sauce is their like goat, you know. I love the ranch. I go ranch with my nugs when I get my chicken nugs.
I'm thinking it's going to be ranch, right? Like, it's beautiful. I don't know.
Just
maybe
keep it
if
simple.
he's a spicy boy.
Simple. Maybe a Polynesian.
I was going to say buffalo, the zesty buffalo. I love that zesty buffalo.
JC doesn't seem like a buffalo guy, honestly.
You think JC can't handle the spice?
I'm not saying he can't handle the spice. I just think, you know, like, what's wrong with ranch? You know, ranch is a good thing already.
Or does he go ketchup?
I think, well, you get, that's not the dipping sauce. Ketchup is its own thing.
I mean,
Because they usually give you the ketchup and they're like, what sauces would you like?
Yeah, I think it's ranch.
Ketchup is ketchup. We throw ketchup in the bag anyways, okay? But of the Chick-fil-A sauces, do you go Chick-fil-A sauce? Because to me, it's either Chick-fil-A sauce or ranch. Polynesian sauce, it's good. That's not like JC ain't going Polynesian.
Honey mustard is delicious as well, but like, I think it's ranch.
You're keeping it simple, man. Honey mustard, right? Robert, what would you go with? You probably go like jelly. Robert would go like jelly. I'd bring my own jelly.
When did they get a sweet and spicy sriracha?
Don't they have a barbecue sauce?
They do. And actually, their honey roasted barbecue is fucking delicious. That's that like yellow barbecue that they have.
I can see him going barbecue sauce.
What do you go with, Robert?
I'm not a sauce guy. I just ketchup.
You're not a sauce guy.
Ketchup is fine. Yeah.
I feel like just ranch is such a safe pick. Like you can't ranch
is always good.
Ranch. Yes, there is bad ranch, I'm sure. But it's like ranch is like pizza, you know? It's just
ranch
like
on pizza.
Even when it's bad, it's still good. But like ranch is always a safe dipping sauce. Barbecue sauce, depending on what it is, where it's chicken, it's like, yeah, it's pretty safe. And then what was the other? Honey mustard is also very safe. But Chick-fil-A is like, that's their signature thing. Does JC go with their signature, or he just keeps it simple, I think, and goes ranch?
I'm going to go with ranch, yeah.
And Chick-fil-A has great ranch too, so. All right, so I think we're gonna agree on ranch then. That's a good question, Josh. I like those type of questions. Speaking of sauces, before we move on, I had for the first time ever the other day because the honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is back at Whataburger. Had the spicy, like the hot sauce spicy ketchup that they have, because they have the regular ketchup, the spicy ketchup, and then they have like hot sauce in it. And I had that. Yeah,
what?
It's like a hot sauce with the ketchup. It's like a
at
special
Whataburger.
At Whataburger, yeah.
I mean, I know there's spicy ketchup. When did they get a hot sauce spicy ketchup?
I don't know. That was the first time I had it.
Why would you even make that when you've got spicy ketchup?
Why would you make spicy ketchup?
Ketchup is dope.
I don't hate the spicy ketchup, but I go regular Whataburger ketchup anyways. Because regular Whataburger ketchup is so fucking good.
I'm with you.
That's my MO is keep it fucking simple. The fucking like Whataburger makes the best ketchup ever made. The regular Whataburger ketchup. Why differentiate that? And
because,
it's like, yeah, okay.
The spicy is spicy because
spicy's good, but it's like the spicy one I'll go with after I've had the regular one, and they only gave me one. I don't leave with the spicy.
There's no way you could improve on the spicy ketchup though, so I don't know why they even tried.
It's like, dude, this isn't spicy enough. Add hot sauce. Done. And then next week they're gonna have like the container comes in, it's just fire. It's on fire, so you burn your hand as you're peeling it.
No, the next step is Flamin' Hot Cheetos spicy ketchup.
Yeah,
that's the next step.
That seems
you gotta do branding, and then they're gonna have a Dr. Pepper Flamin' Hot Cheeto spicy ketchup because you got to keep the branding.
Mm-hmm.
Take it easy, Whataburger. We love you. Don't
like you're doing great. Just keep it.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
Yeah, but yeah, Whataburger hot sauce ketchup. I give it out of 5 ladles of gravy, I'd probably give it a 3. It's still good. Probably not gonna go with it's like the regular ketchup is a 5. Regular ketchup from Whataburger is a 5 to me. He's sleeping and she's dreaming.
Oh.
She heard me. She was moving a little paws.
She heard her name.
Sorry. She's embarrassed. She's so embarrassed right now. So embarrassed. All right, let's move on to the not cool segment, brought to you by our good friends at Southern Star Brewing Company. Southern Star Brewing Company. I haven't even opened a Southern Star yet today. Pat,
you crazy bastard.
What are you drinking right now?
I am drinking the Mexican Pecan out of my Darling Like a Marlin glass. Don't forget, guys, Darling Like a Marlin 2 is coming.
Electric Boogaloo in April. Still waiting on a date.
Yeah, I got that. I also have the always delicious, thirst-quenching, beautiful Bombshell Blonde. Probably going to be cracking that one next after this one. I had a few pecans. always digging it. Love it. Beautiful. I mean, just look. If you love a dark beer, I mean, if I get it, if you're not watching the podcast right now and you're listening, you can't see it.
If you're not watching, just
know what it looks
picture
like.
a dark beer, the most delicious dark looking beer you've ever pictured. And that's exactly what Pat's drinking. I am drinking my personal favorite Southern Star beverage, the Strawberry Bombshell Blonde. And it is just as delightful as it's always been. But Darn Like a Marlin 2 Electric Boogaloo coming out in April. It's a mango sour we're going to have. But there's something for everybody at Southern Star. If you just want the classic Bombshell Blonde, they got that too. You got all kinds of the IPAs, the conspiracy theory. There's some for everybody. Just go to Southern Star Brewing Company. You're going to see all the stuff that's available from Southern Star, and head over to the brewery 3525 North Fraser Street in Conroe. Let them know you're part of the Gravy Gang. We have a Pass the Gravy flag hanging by where you go get your tokens for your beer. Let them know you're part of the Gravy Gang. They're like, oh, what the fuck's up, dude? Like, you're part of the family at that point. They are Gravy Gang. They'll appreciate another member of the Gravy Gang stopping by. Southern Star doesn't mess around. They don't miss. There's something for everybody. If you're not a beer guy or gal, hey, maybe try the Southern brunch that they have out there. It's like, it's a beer, but it's like a beer mimosa. It's like you're drinking a mimosa in your beer. It's amazing. Southern Star Brewing Company, the best beer in the entire world. And then also coming up this Saturday, February 5th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., they have a benefit for their CFO, Kenneth Matthews, who is going through cancer right now. And it's a benefit to help raise money for his cancer treatment. They have lunch plates that are going to be available from Holy Smokes Barbecue. They're going to have a silent auction, all the craft beer, that barbecue like I just was talking about, cupcake fights, or flights. Fuck, it says flights. Cupcake flights. Both of those sound cool. Maybe you could buy like cupcake flights. So you're going to get to have you're going to just sample some of the best cupcakes available, and they're going to have all kinds of raffles. It'll be a lot of fun. There's always fun going down at the brewery at Southern Star Brewing Company, but this is for a great cause. If you're up there in the Conroe area, or you just got some time to spend on Saturday, go and put your money towards a good cause. You're drinking, but you're also helping out and helping somebody that's going to beat cancer. Benefit for Kenneth Matthews going down this Saturday, February 5th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Southern Star Brewing Company, 3525 North Fraser Street up in Conroe. Let them know you're part of the Gravy Gang. Are kids able to go to the brewery? Yeah, they're allowed to go to the brewery. They got all kinds of awesome stuff for kids at the brewery. This Saturday for Kenneth, they're going to have balloon animals for the kids as well. So get you a barbecue plate, help Kenneth fight cancer and beat cancer. They've got cupcake flights, which maybe that leads to fights. Cupcake fights would be cool too. And then all kinds of raffles. So you could win a bunch of cool stuff and help a great cause. Southern Star Brewing Company, the best beer in the entire world, the best people in the entire world, and the official sponsor of the Not Cool segment, right? Not cool. It's not cool segment because it's not cool is when I forget what the sponsor of the segment is, or what the sponsor is sponsoring. Go, just play it.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool.
Okay. Who wants to go first out of the three of us, guys?
I'll go. My not cool is me. I sit way too much, like for work and just in general, and I don't stand enough. Especially here at work, I have a standing desk, but I barely use it. I stand maybe like 30 minutes. I have like a whole 8-hour day or so.
That's pretty good. It's 30 more than most people.
Not the worst.
Not the worst, but I know I should be standing more, not sitting too much. It affects my back, my posture too. I mean, I get better on that.
Get all tight just from sitting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You start doing yoga. Take a 15-minute yoga break to straighten out your back and improve flexibility.
I get the bands, those elastic bands, and I'll stretch out the hip.
No, you know what you need?
I do that every day now.
You need the exercise ball, like Dwight.
Ooh. Yeah. Build your core.
Use that as your chair.
Mm-hmm. It'll be ripped.
I don't think I'll do that.
Well,
I don't think I'll do that.
Use us. We're throwing out some ideas.
Okay.
Sorry. Solid not cool though.
I'll figure something out.
Pat, what's your not cool?
Okay, I got this got me today. I run by Kroger, just pick up a couple things. If you don't know how to use the self-checkout, don't go into the self-checkout. This older, I don't know, lady or guy, I really couldn't fucking tell.
They don't assume gender on this
shaved hair.
podcast, so good on you.
The attendant had to go over just like 3 fucking times in the time that I was there to help him out. Also, I think they were trying to use coupons. That's another one. No coupons in the self-checkout. No.
Yeah.
You get one. Because that's just bam, that's a quick scan. Not when like they have to keep coming over. She's like, oh, this coupon won't scan in because I did it in the wrong order, or I don't know what I'm doing. No, go to a fucking cashier. That's what they're there for, to help you. Get the fuck out of the goddamn way.
Sometimes, to be fair, sometimes those machines are just fucked up, and like the other day I was trying. I went.
So don't
like
add more steps to it. Don't add more steps.
But like
to it
sometimes you're like, oh my god, just fucking ring this up, and it's like it won't work. And I had to have like the attendant help me because it wasn't like it wouldn't let me use my card when I was trying to pay.
Were you there for 15 minutes?
No, it wasn't. But it was
yeah.
Just like,
So.
And then there's people that also go to the self checkout with like an entire basket full of groceries, which doesn't make sense to me because you only get the little spot right there. It's like it's gonna ding at you because you can't store all the stuff in the cart or else it'll yell at you. And
all I saw
that's a lot.
Was 6 to 10 full-size bags of Lay's potato chips baked.
That you can do that. Yeah, that's fine.
And this took over 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's not a lot. It's not a lot to cost that much. So that fucking sucks.
Like, get the fuck out with that shit.
Not cool.
My other one, and this is for my friend of the podcast, Tyler Thomason. We were in Vegas for his bachelor party. We're leaving Sunday morning. He gets a call Sunday morning. His sweet baby girl, Chloe, his boxer, passed away late Saturday night.
No.
And yeah, she was a good girl. She was getting a little bit older. She was having some help, but it was completely out of the blue. Then he's got to, then he feels bad because he's not there with his fiance to help take care of it. And his parents were out of town too with us.
Damn.
He's not there for the dog, and then he's got to travel home on a plane, so it just put a whole damper on his mood for him.
Sucks.
Yeah, but she lived a good life, and he's already figured out a way to honor her at his wedding. One of the drinks is going to be named after Chloe.
Oh,
yeah, which I think is a very good way to honor the dog. But yeah, that was a big. We all loved that dog, so it sucked. But at least she got to live a good life while she was here.
R.I.P. Chloe. To Chloe,
yeah.
Everybody. To Chloe.
Yeah, to Chloe. Robert, you chugged that water.
I don't know how I follow that. I don't
right?
know how I follow that one. Yeah, R.I.P. Chloe, man. That sucks, man. Okay, my first one is just dealing with insurance. I was trying to go pick up a prescription today. It's like the beginning of the year, and the insurance just like when they're like, no, actually you need this, and they want all kinds of paperwork and stuff that you didn't realize that you had to have. And just anytime you deal with the insurance people, they talk to you like you're an idiot, but you're like, I don't understand what you're asking me to do. So in dealing with insurance of any kind, not ideal. So that's my first not cool. My second not cool.
Spin Zone don't have insurance. You don't have to deal with it.
Sometimes you need it though.
Sometimes you don't.
Right. But sometimes you do. Second not cool is now we're gonna have to be in the trust tree. This is a trust tree podcast.
Okay.
Right? There's everything is amongst friends. We don't tear one another down. There's no judgment passed, and everybody listening, we're all in the trust tree, right? Nobody's gonna tear anybody down. Okay. This is me being vulnerable with you guys. My next not cool is sharding. It's sharding because I went to brunch on Sunday for my girlfriend's birthday, and it was
Fiance?
Bottomless
Pre-wife
birthday. Excuse me,
pre-wife's
birthday, and it was bottomless mimosas, and bottomless as in like you took a sip and they'd refill your glass as much as they could. Like you never got to the bottom. They just kept refilling you. So eventually I had to go pee. At the urinal, pissing. Sometimes, you know, you gotta pass a little gas. And so I was just like, all right. I hadn't had any issues or anything like that. Any questionable farts that whole day. So, you know, I did what I did, and I was like, ugh, that was wet. That was a wet one. And so then I finished pissing, go to the stall to check, and I sharded myself. So then at that point, you're like, well, I got to dispose of these boxers in like a public restroom. And it's like, they had just got tiny trash cans. So I was trying to be like, what do I do with this? So I like just got a bunch of paper towels and had to like wait out somebody that came in the restroom and then waited for them to leave. But they took like forever to like wash their hands and all that shit. I was like, get the fuck out. I'm trying to do this. But like I had like boots on. So I had to take boots off, then take the jeans off, slide it over, make sure none of like, you know, it was just like such an inconvenience. I fucking hated it. And, you know, sometimes you just, and then like for like ever since then, it's like, I can't trust a fart at all. I just can't fart anymore. I just don't trust it. You know, it's like your body lets you down at that point. And I mean, it wasn't like awful. It was just like a little bit like, oh shit, I got to throw this underwear.
Just a little squirt.
And yeah, so like, then I just got a bunch of paper towels, stacked them on top of them in the trash can and just bounced. But sharding, not cool.
Hey, you know what? Trust tree, solidarity. I sharded last week.
It happens.
But here's the thing. This is where, and it happens every couple of months for me. I was just sitting on my couch.
Okay, it doesn't happen that. Okay, but like when it happens there, like, you can like go to just change.
You go to press out a little fart, and you're like, oh, I gotta check that one. And I was like, yep, sharded a little bit.
It's a little bit different when it's like at your house though, but it's like, oh fuck, I'm in public.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I sharded in public. I remember I did it in college at a party one time, and I just like left. Like I waited like 15 minutes, like up against the wall, so nobody would think like Pat got out here quick, and then I just kind of left. But like, yeah, it happens. It happens. Hey, you trust a fart and you shouldn't do it. We all know, don't trust a fart. You fucking do it. It happens.
It seemed like an innocent fart. Honestly, I was very shocked that was a shart. It did not seem like that one should have been a shart. But then at that point, like I was like, okay, well, I gotta like undo my shoes, take the jeans off, all this, and
that's what makes me laugh the hardest about this is basically you were a girl in a jumper having to take a shit. You had to get completely fucking naked.
Well, because like I'm not gonna you can't like pull it off over shoes.
Oh no, of course, but that's funny to me. You had to
just Hulk Hogan it and ripped them off.
There could have been some splatter if you did that.
Right. But yeah, sharding, not cool. Sharding in public, especially not cool. If you have a not cool hashtag PTG not cool at Pass the Gravy Pod on Twitter, that's how you can give those to us. Let's move on to the answers segment. If you have anything at all you'd like to ask the fellas at Pass the Gravy, at Pass the Gravy Pod on Twitter. I'm at Alex J. Milton. Pat's at Not Pat Dion. Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. Use the hashtag PTG Answers. That's how we search for them. Hit us up on Twitter, hashtag PTG Answers to at Pass the Gravy Pod. You can also email them to us, answers@passthegravypod.com, although we check Twitter way more. So we're going to read them first from Twitter. Answers brought to you by Alamo Remedy CBD. Pat, will you tell everybody about our good friends at Alamo Remedy CBD?
I would love to. And I got to tell you, I was missing them over the weekend on those flights, especially the flight home. I was a little bit tired. You know, you don't sleep in your own bed for a couple of days. You got a little stiffness here and there. And then flying home, I was trying to get comfortable to like kind of take a nap a little bit. And I did, but then like, you know, your head jerks down and you wake back up. You're just a little bit stiff. I wish I had my Alamo Remedy cream. I didn't bring it with me because I wasn't 100% sure on the FAA rules on lotions. And I also, because I'm an ADD bastard, as y'all can see, I ripped the label off of the side of this. So I didn't know how many ounces was in here. So I didn't want to get it taken away from me just for those bastards to use themselves. I left it at home. Could have used it on the flight. Also, wish I would have had some gummies. Some gummies for the flight would have been nice. Chill out a little bit. I've got to say, I had a pleasurable flying experience both times. Would have been way more pleasurable if I had a little, just a little TB. What is it? CBD. Not TBD. TBD is to be determined. CBD would have made it even nicer. I slept for like half of the flight on the way home. Maybe I could have slept for 3/4. That would have been nice. You also got the options of the pills. Now, you can't really spark up the hemp flower on the plane. That's a big no-no on planes. Don't do it. You'll get put on a list, and you don't want to be on lists.
I like whenever there's always somebody that tampers with the smoke. Like, it's like if tampering is also a felony. And it's like, who the fuck is like, let me just sneak a cig? It's like, everybody's going to find out, right? I can't go 3 hours without a cigarette. You know everybody's going to smell all the smoke. Where's it going to go? It's recirculated air.
You fucking psycho. But either way, you got your pills, you got your tinctures, you got your hemp flower. My favorite, the lotion, because it smells good.
Emma used a little bit of lotion. She turned 31 this weekend, and slept weird. So it happens a lot to people like in their 30s. Your body's just like, fuck you. And her neck was she slept on her neck weird. And so I was like, try some Alamo Remedy cucumber melon lotion. Tried it. She was feeling better that day. But there's nothing bad about Alamo Remedy CBD, the official CBD sponsor of Pass the Gravy. Use promo code PTG at checkout. Get 10% off your order at almoremedy.com, the official CBD sponsor of Pass the Gravy. This is the answer segment.
Well, if you just answered the question, why don't you just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question. Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question. Answers. Any questions?
Our first answers question this week comes from our podcast son, Skylar Lester. At OMG, it's Skylar on Twitter. He says, does the space junk floating around in the atmosphere make Earth the equivalent of the redneck's front lawn with dead rusty cars hoisted on cinder blocks? Is this why aliens don't initiate contact?
Damn it, dude. We're the Beverly Hillbillies. Which actually, I take back the damn it. That's awesome. Hey, you know what? We are the Beverly Hillbillies because we have that, but we've also discovered space flight. So, like, we're moving up.
Suck on that, aliens.
Yeah.
I watched Signs this weekend. It's like, fuck you, aliens. Figure out water, dumbass.
Yeah. Also, I mean, they've definitely made contact. Our governments just don't want us to know.
The government's trying to hide it from you.
Yeah.
The lamestream media don't want you to know. It is kind of crazy that there's just like shit floating up in space, like just like just orbiting the Earth. It's like, why?
I get that it's probably at like a different level than the space station flies at, but how are they not constantly flying into shit?
I don't know. That's a mystery.
This alien's not making contact. It's kind of why I brought it up last week about penguins and necrophilia. Because the conversation that led to that was that right now there's a group of people trying to decide how to best tell people that there are aliens around. Because you know that one telescope that they sent out a few months ago that's going to send back pictures in a few months. Like, oh, what if it pictures aliens? And they got to figure out a way to tell people that. The same way with the penguins. Like, these people aren't ready to know what these penguins do, so we got to word it a certain way.
You just got to rip off the Band-Aid.
A lot of people were very shocked at your penguins necrophilia fact.
But we got past it
last week.
I was shocked.
We were all shocked.
But guess what? You rip off the Band-Aid, you're shocked, and then
I can't look at penguins the same. They're not as cute anymore. Not going to lie.
Penguins
just I was watching one escape a bunch of ice that was breaking up, and I was like, but if he dies, I mean, he was a necrophiliac, so probably a bad dude.
We just got to be like aware that aliens are not going to look humanoid. They're not going to be able to comprehend.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you've seen Men in Black.
Like. They could be bipedal, however you want to pronounce it. Most likely not, but it's possible.
What happened if like in Men in Black, they had the flashy thing that made you forget everything? What if you were blind? Like, what if Ray Charles like made contact with aliens knew they were aliens. Like Will Smith trying to
Nobody would
him.
believe him. Nobody would believe him. Oh, I made
Ray
contact
Charles
with
could
aliens.
write a beautiful song and everybody'd be like, "Yep, they're real."
But here's the thing: people would just be like, "No, Ray, somebody just told you they're an alien. You have no way to confirm it."
Maybe he does. I'd believe
How?
Ray Charles. I think Ray Charles wouldn't lie about that kind of shit.
I mean,
But aliens, aliens.
if Robert saw an alien and was like, it was gray, I'd be like, was it though?
It was. I swear it was gray.
It was gray, dude. What else? What other color would it be?
Green.
No.
Or red.
I think we kind of are like the hillbillies of all this, and I think that like hillbillies, people make fun of them, but I think hillbillies also have an element of danger that makes you stay away from them sometimes.
Also, hillbillies, they'll be the last ones alive.
Chilling out, maybe, or the first one's dead.
You try and go into that holler and fucking kill all them hillbillies. They're gonna get you.
I'm saying they could, but they also might not.
They got mines and shit where they've been digging coal for generations. They know how to go on the ground and hide.
True. That's a great question, though, Skylar. It's a great question. I do think that makes us the equivalent of like rednecks with stuff in their front yard. But like, how if we have enough shit floating around, wouldn't that stop global warming because it would kind of block out the sun a little bit?
Not how that works.
Why not?
I believe, and I could be wrong. Help me out here, Robert. I believe that's more so it gets through, but then doesn't escape back out. It gets the gases trap all the heat and air down in here instead of it hit. Yep. Yeah. Big brain.
All right. Well, whatever.
I'm a science guy. I know global warming and I know swords. Those are my topics.
There we go. It's coming in handy today. Our next question is from Mike Fish at Mr. Mike Fish, co-host of the Claire and Big Blue podcast that you listen to every Tuesday on the Passing Grade Podcast Network with him and yours truly. Mike says, how old does someone need to be before you can call them an asshole? Example, you can't blame a 3-year-old for acting like an asshole, but what age is that cutoff? I think Mike's wrong here. I think you can call a 3-year-old an asshole.
Yeah, you may not blame them for acting like an asshole, but I'll call them an asshole, which, by the way, I feel like we've answered this before. Because I'll call any age child an asshole.
So
I don't care. I don't care if the kid came out 15 minutes ago and is crying. I'd be, will somebody tell that asshole to shut up?
So what is there an age where you can't blame them for being that? That's different from calling them, right?
No,
yeah, you can call a little kid an asshole. Blaming them for being an asshole.
There has to be an age because before then you blame the parents for them being an asshole. You blame
the parents for them being an asshole, but that makes them still an asshole. But they were
7
raised by assholes, and if you're raised by assholes, your only instinct is to be an asshole. So it's not really your fault, but you're still an asshole.
I'll say 7. 7 is the age that you can blame them for being the asshole.
I think 5.
Well, when you go to
school, if you're in school, you cannot be an asshole because you
doesn't
have like,
kindergarten start at 6.
I think it starts at 5.
I don't know. I haven't been a kindergartner for a long time.
My mom was a kindergarten teacher, and some of her students were assholes.
Yeah, but also, like, I think it has to be first grade because kindergarten. That's your first. That's your first.
Okay,
like
so
you've hung out with other kids.
6.
I feel like 6 is kindergarten though.
I'm just gonna say 6. 6 is.
I don't know.
Answer.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Robert, what say you?
Yeah, I was on board with Pat at 7. So 6, 7.
It's like at a certain point, like, dude, you got to take some accountability.
Because you've been socialized enough with other people and other kids in the school that if you're still acting like an asshole and they're not, it's on you at that point.
Yeah. Agreed. It was a great question, Mike. Great question. Alex at Alex McThunder1 on Twitter says, he's got a 2-part question. He says, is bread the only thing we change the name of just by heating it up? And is toast just double cooked bread? We the bread boys, yo. We the bread boys. Robert, I don't know if you know that. We're the bread boys. me and Pat decided to be the bread boys. If you'd like to be a bread boy with us, would you like to?
I'm a bread boy.
Bread boys. Bread boys.
It's bread boys for life.
BB.
I would like to call it refried bread, like refried beans, but
Yes.
refried bread. It's just an air
but it
fryer.
is. Toast is double cooked bread,
Refried bread,
but it's not fried. Bread's not fried; it's baked.
air fryer. All air fryers are just ovens in my mind. You can't convince me otherwise.
They kind of are.
Yeah. I'm trying to think though. Is there anything else that we change the name of it by heating it up?
So much.
Oh yeah, cake.
A lot of
cake.
stuff.
Cake is just batter before you heat it up.
Yeah, or like cow. It's beef.
Ice cream is kind of just a milkshake. If you
No, but like bread is its own thing. Bread is bread, and then you heat it up to toast
Water.
it, and it becomes
Water.
toast. Water.
water to number one, duh.
But toast
Duh.
isn't cooked.
Toast is cooked.
No,
you put
it's
something in
not
a toaster, you're cooking it, are you not?
No. Just like when you put things in the oven, you're baking it.
But toasting is something is a type of cooking it, right?
I would say it is. I think Robert's getting a little too niche on this, which is normally my role.
Yeah, that's what
I'm
you normally do. You should be on board.
I don't know. I like toast, man. I don't know what to tell you.
You can still like toast and agree with me. It's not one or the other.
I'm just trying to think of something else that like it's straight up, it is its own thing, and then you just heat it up and it's something else though. Because that's all you're doing is you're heating up bread and
It's
it becomes
water.
toast. But like, no, you have to like really heat the shit out of that. I'm just thinking about something that like you reheat it and it's something different now. Technically that applies to all leftovers. It's an entree and then you reheat it and it's leftovers.
Their toast is double cooked bread,
Refried bread.
refried bread, even though you don't fry bread.
Yeah, I mean, you cook it in the oven, and ovens are just air fryers. I mean, it just is what it is. Don't be mad at me for having a big brain that spots these things.
This was a great question, Alex.
I really like this question a lot.
My answer is yes, and no. My answers are no and yes, because things you change the name of by heating it up. No.
No, this is a dumb
Double
question.
cooked bread. Yes.
Both answers are no.
There's no such thing.
No.
There's no such thing. All right. Next question from
I
Kenya
say no,
Valdez.
yes. So we overrule you, Robert.
Kenya Valdez weighs in with her next one at Kenyatta Mandata. She says, "Do fish sleep? And if so, how? Wouldn't they just float away?"
They do, but not in the way that we process what
They
sleep
just
is.
float, bro. They just float.
I'm pretty sure sharks, like, they sleep, but they just kind of like keep swimming in like circles while they do, or something like that. I've read that somewhere. I don't know if it's in
Wouldn't you
circles,
just go to the
but they
bottom
just
of the
keep going
ocean
while
and
they're
just
sleeping.
chill. Like that's what I'd do if I was a fish. Like where can I not sink? Cool, I'm hanging here.
Yeah, but if you go down to the bottom, crabs are going to eat them.
Fuck. Good call.
That's why you got schools of fish. They sleep in shifts.
And packs.
Ne-
I think they
was it
do
Nemo
sleep.
sleeping? Was it Marlin was sleeping when Nemo's mom came in and got fucking killed?
Good call.
There you go.
Good call. So yeah, fish just sleep. They just float, man. They just float.
Yeah, they don't float away. They've got some internal
They sleep in schools.
natural evolution thing that just keeps them in the same area of where they are.
You know,
They just don't
otters
sleep like us.
They just hold hands and float.
Yeah, it's adorable.
It's really cute. I want to know.
Maybe fish hold hands too. We just don't know. They hold fins.
They hold gills or fins. Probably fins. Yeah, that's how fish sleep. They just float, and they do float away a little bit, but they float with their school. The school keeps them in check. All right, final question of the week from Richard Lundy at pinche_gringo_ on Twitter. Richard says, if mac and cheese can be a side dish, can spaghetti and sauce also be a side dish? Can mac and cheese be a main dish like spaghetti? The answer to that is yes and yes and yes and yes. Fun fact, Maggiano's went to a little Italiano. Had a little Italian on Saturday for Emma's birthday, and I got the veal parmesan. I ordered that, and on the side with spaghetti. So spaghetti can come
Yeah.
on the side. It did in a nice restaurant. Mac and cheese is a side. They have a place called Just Mac. That's all they make. So that is the main course.
You add
Yes.
lobster into it and bake it. Bam, that's an entree right there. That's a main dish. I will say this. I don't think
Easy
spaghetti,
Mac is just like a meal.
people will eat spaghetti and just marinara as an entree. I think for that to be an entree, there has to be some sort of protein in it. Like it's got to be spaghetti and meatballs.
Or
Or
sauce.
spaghetti or meat sauce, like a bolognese. Just the noodles and the marinara itself. I don't see that as an entree. I know people will eat that, and you just got to up the portion size. I think it is more of a side to begin with. I think you got to have the meatballs or the bolognese sauce or something.
I think spaghetti is more like
to make it an entree.
It should be more of a side. But spaghetti can definitely be a side.
Yeah,
for sure. It is.
Now I want some
served a lot
spaghetti
as a main course.
and mac and cheese. I want it
I
both.
didn't like spaghetti when I was a kid. Like growing up, I was weird about spaghetti, and I'm
You're
so mad
fucking
at
idiot.
myself as an adult, being like, "What the fuck was wrong with you, Alex?" Spaghetti fucks.
I ate so much pasta as a kid.
Spaghetti fucks. But so yes, they are both sides that can also be entrees. Or
Definitely.
entrees that can also be sides. Great question, Richard. If you have a question, hashtag PTG answers at Pass the Gravy Pod. I am at Alex J. Middleton. Pat's at not Pat D. And Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03 at a recent study pod on Twitter and Instagram. New episodes coming out soon.
New
from
season
Bobby
coming out
Jokes.
soon.
New season coming out soon.
Bum, 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 bum.
Speaking of new season, Pass the Gravy, bro, back, bitches. If you want to watch Celebrity Big Brother, Emma and I will be breaking down each episode, or most episodes at least, the majority of the episodes. After each one, check us out at Pass the Gravy Bro on Twitter and Instagram. We'll follow our Facebook page as well, Pass the Gravy Bro. And we're going to go live on Facebook after the episodes. And you can weigh in on what happened in the episode and tell us who you're rooting for. And we can talk shit about who we want to talk shit about and all of that. But Pass the Gravy Bro makes its return this week as well. Please give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you're listening to this. It helps us show up higher in the ratings. Roast us in the comments, but give us the 5-star review. We'll read some of the best roasts here if we can get some. And then, have a great rest of your week. Anybody got anything else? I think that's about it, huh? All right. Be good to one another, guys. And until we talk to y'all next time, pass the gravy. Yeah. Bitches!
Shawty had apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur.